welcome. It is Love Letter to Nonsense on the Web 2.0. It's one of those things where I guess somebody on the internet has been vying for my attention by mentioning my name, and I really have no idea who really they are or really much care. I've been following very little of the drama recently, but unfortunately, they wanted to guess my response to something. I have no idea, but they're mentioning my name, so it's one of those things where do you like me or you don't like me kind of thing. You know, you give the remember back in grade school, you give somebody a piece of paper and on one side you write, do you like me? Yes or no. This is my response to Nonsense on the Web. I don't know you. I really honestly don't know anything about you, nor do I care. I don't know why you're mentioning my name. I don't know why you're talking about me. I have absolutely no clue what you think you know about me or any of the drama that happened in 2019, but I'm not interested. I don't know how clear I can make this. I am not interested in you or anything that you have to do with Unirock or any of those people. I have literally no interest. So I'm just going to ask the people in my audience why this person keeps talking about me, why they're mentioning my name when I have absolutely nothing to do with them. And everything I have heard from them is absolutely wrong. I mean, they just put out misinformation after misinformation after misinformation. Veda and Erica, they are happy to deal with nonsense. I am not interested. So let me ask you guys, what do I need to do to let this person know to just leave me the fuck alone? I mean, I don't care to get involved in her drama. If she and Uni have this manufactured fight, more power to them. This is what Uni does. For everything I've seen about nonsense, she's basically the female version of Uni. I don't know any difference. Everything she has said is wrong. Every time she mentions my name, she gets basic facts wrong. She can't even remember basic details about the whole Katie Joy situation, even though they've been out there forever on my blog. And so, my response to her is basically ignore me. Because I'm not going to sit here and make videos after videos like Uni does in response to people that I don't give a shit about. That's not what I do. I make videos on topics I like to make videos about. And nonsense on the web is not somebody that I have any interest in making a video about. Matter of fact, I didn't even want to do this tonight. I was going to talk to Veda tonight about some stuff, and she I think probably fell asleep. And so I was like, okay, then I'll do a quick video on a response to what Erin did last night on her channel, because I guess she played this video of nonsense going back to 2019, bringing up some old stuff, which I guarantee she knows nothing about, because she has no interest in actually learning the details. I have all the facts. I know exactly what happened. They're on my blog. In fact, I forgot to put the blog in the video description, but most of you have the blog. It's how Katie Joy went out of her way to Me Too me. I have all the facts on that. I mean, I don't understand what nonsense thinks she's going to get out of it by bringing up stuff that I've already proven beyond any doubt that Katie lied about. I mean, it's not even a matter of, did she twist the truth? No, she absolutely 100% fabricated a story and lied about it. She, said we were in a room together. I've never been in the same room as the woman. She said I lived in Elk River, Minnesota when all this went down. That's impossible. I've never even been in Minnesota, more or less lived there. Everything she said was fabricated. So, the people in my audience like, who's nonsense? I don't know either. I keep hearing Nonsense's name when I listen to Erin or Veda, but I don't know anything about this person. She came on the scene dealing with Molly Golightly, and I don't think I've ever talked. I don't think I've ever talked to Molly Golightly. Seriously, I mean, have I? I don't think I ever have. She's been in my chat before, but she's never been in any conversation I've ever had. I've never emailed her that I recall, or if I have, I didn't get a response. I know I've talked to Justin, yeah, but I don't think I've ever actually talked to Molly. So I know nothing about that situation. I wasn't involved in the Vorvon thing. My heart went out to Letitia. I did follow the story after it got blown up by Katie Joy because she got butthurt, and so she decided to sabotage everything and throw Letitia to the wolves and make up some phony story about some fabricated GoFundMe's and Cash App stuff. But I just was a bystander and all that listening in. I didn't have any direct knowledge of any of that because I'd never talked to Letitia. I've never talked to any of the Morvan family, anything like that. I have nothing to do with any of that stuff. So all of a sudden, I'm get home the other night and Erin is playing this recap video of this nonsense on the web, which I'm just going to call Uni Light. talking about some stuff that happened in 2019 when Uni was getting direct information from me about the situation for my lawsuit with Non Sequitur Show, and he was getting stuff right. He was getting the facts about Katie Joy. Everything back then, he was literally coming to me. I was giving him all the information and had the stuff to back it. And then he turned on me when I said I didn't want to have anything more to do with him. I said, hey, you were no longer printing out correct information. And he I'm not even joking. This is straight up. He said, I don't care. He said, it doesn't matter. He said, it doesn't matter. People watch. He says, a lot of people watch it. If I make a mistake and they care about it, then I'll fix it. If not, then just run with it. You make a video and you get mad at me, and I'll make a video and I'll get mad at you. And we wanted this back and forth. And I was like, no, dude, I'm not into that. I swear to God, it's my witness. That is exactly what happened. He was going to go live with some misinformation, and I couldn't be around that. And that was the time when people stopped seeing me associate with Uni. And yet him and Nonsense are doing the exact same thing he wanted to do with me. But I wasn't interested. This is my one and done kind of stuff. I do occasionally. I think I made a video to Nonsense maybe 3 months ago. But unfortunately, it didn't take because she's still talking about me, and I don't know why. But yeah, I wasn't interested in having this fake feud with Unirock. My feud with him was legit because I thought he was dishonest because he didn't care if he lied to his audience or not. Now everybody knows this. This is facts, long standing. People know this is what Uni does. He's a professional troll. And Nonsense is just another version of him. Everything I've seen from her is her trolling people. She never gives evidence. She sits there for 6-8 hours, apparently, and says nothing. At least my videos have context and content and evidence. I have like reams of freaking documents. I have a 135-page Google document documenting everything went down years ago. I have Katie Joy's affidavits and her complaints and all this that have gross amounts of misinformation in it. Like I said, she even said to the court that I lived in Elk River, Minnesota. She said that she was fearful of her life and that she had to move and that I had to pay her moving cost. Yeah, this is the nuttery of this woman. But Nonsense didn't give a crap about that. All she wanted was to fabricate this fight, I think, with the Uni. I don't think they're actually fighting. I don't care whether they are or not. I can't say it's fabricated or not. I should take that back. I wouldn't care whether it's fabricated or not because that's what Unis does. But it's drama for them. And that drama, I want nothing to do with. There's nothing good to bringing up stuff from 2019 because not that it has any effect on me, but it has effect on somebody that I care about. And that person who I care about, I've said I really don't want to talk about this stuff any longer because she's asked me not to. And I'm going to honor those wishes. I have for years. But when people start bringing this stuff up, as Aaron mentioned last night, other stuff comes into play. And that other stuff affects real people with real emotions that have had real, absolutely horrific things happen to their family. And so, I mean, Nonsense obviously doesn't care whether she affects anybody. She doesn't care. She's going to, cause, again, people to relive a tragedy. And people know what we're talking about. I don't have to get into detail. But I heard that on Aaron's channel last night. I was like, Jesus Christ almighty. I was like, why the hell is this woman, bringing up a video from 2019 when Unirock was getting stuff right? And yes, Nonsense. I have all the evidence for this. Everybody does. This is not even like remotely difficult stuff to find. It's on my blog. Aaron has copies of everything. Katie Joy lied. She lied to fabricate a narrative for Kyle Curtis when Kyle Curtis tried to steal the Non Sequitur Show from me. He had said that he had about $30,000 ready to be paid to me. CPA had an account. He did not. He lied. He did lie to Katie Joy. This is true, but Katie Joy went along with it willfully. She knew that Kyle was trying to get rid of me and the producer from the Non Sequitur Show. And so she just basically turned a blind eye to that. And that's when she said, well, you know what? I'm going to make up the story about Steve, and nobody's ever going to question me on it. Why? Because I'm a woman. That was her reasoning. I'm a woman, and if I say this happened, people are going to believe me because I'm a woman. Well, they didn't believe her. Matter of fact, everybody who asked her about it got a different story because she invented what happened, which was absolutely nothing. I never said a damn thing to that woman. Seriously, every single time I was ever in a call with Katie Joy, my producer and Kyle was there, except for one call. and that was just a producer, and that was on the second show that I ever did with her. Other than that, Kyle was in every single one of them. And for her to go out of her way to try to say things that I never said relating to actually what I did say to her was mentioning to what was her name? Mercedes Carrera. And then she tried to, think that I was talking about her, even though she was talking about Mercedes Carrera. It's just mind blowing. And so, yes, Uni was putting out correct information back then about that because it was clear that Katie Jo was lying. Everybody with the 2 brain cells knew Katie Jo was lying about that. And then she's lied and said the judge saw the evidence and it was so bad that she put it, or the judge put it under the Violence Against Women's Act. That was nonsense. That was bullshit. That never happened. My lawyer was like that. I have literally the emails from my lawyer saying that didn't happen. The judge did no such thing. The judge never saw anything besides her affidavit because we never went to the HRO. There was no hearing. They wanted to put 8 hours of video and didn't have any timestamps, didn't have any context. It was just 8 hours of videos. And my lawyer's like, are you ready to mind? This is ridiculous. What is it in these videos you think the judge has to see? And they had nothing. There was absolutely nothing. So anyways, long story short, I'm just doing a quick video tonight, letting nonsense know. I don't know you and I don't care to. Just leave my name out of things. I mean, there's nothing to be gained by using my name. There's no clout. Okay, I do philosophy on YouTube. That's it. That's all I want to be known for. If you want to go after the people running a sex cult or whatever you think in your manufactured brain, do it. But Aaron's in charge of the sex cult now. I got nothing to do with it. I'm a lousy sex cult leader. Seriously. You do not want me running the sex cult. I couldn't even get the colors of the robes right. Okay. I'm just floored by this. I really am. That I came home last night and all of a sudden people are talking to me and bringing up shit that happened in 2019, all because nonsense wants to make some fabricated drama with Uni Rock. They're made for each other. There's no difference. Yeah, I'll put your beers in the freezer. Yeah, I'm gonna have one. I think. Can I have a beer? Do you guys care if I have a beer? I'm just chilling. But yeah, can somebody come in here and explain to me what the hell's going on, though? I mean, like legit. Somebody explain to me why the hell this nonsense person even mentions my name. I've never talked to her. She said she wanted to talk to me once. I said, fine, let's have a discussion. And she bitched out. She bitched out like some coward. I don't care who I talk to. I'll talk to anybody once, pretty much. I've never talked to her before. Sure. You want to have a conversation? Let's do it. None of you. You want to have a conversation? Let's do it. But don't bitch out on me after you say, oh, let's talk. Because that means you're not even remotely interested in anything that anybody else has to say. Rot. Talk to me, Rot. What's going on here with this chick, man? I'm serious. I really don't know anything about her. I swear to God.
I'm a little curious myself, honestly.
Ask the audience, because I'm going to go put some beer in the fridge for Kano when she gets home, and I'm going to have beer myself, and maybe the audience got to fill me in what's going on. Can you?
I'm repeating it. Let's see.
Yeah, can you run it for a second? You got it?
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So Rodfest is going to run this for a second while I go get a beer.
Yeah. Go grab the beer and I can understand the.
Katie Joy, but I do think she's influenced by Katie Joy. Yes, no doubt. Huh. Where's the beer?
I'm sure you can find it. Yeah, I really don't know anything about this person or why they would be like. Well, I mean, like I sort of understand it. For like people who are like, I don't know, they want to consider themselves like influencers or drama streamers, stuff like that. But like, I mean, like, why you?
I don't know. Hang on, I hear this. Listen carefully. Are you guys listening?
Oh yeah, I heard that crack.
That's a cracked beer right there, man.
Is that a Heine or you got a nice fancy Belgian?
No, this is actually a Busch beer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a Busch, the big one. It's called the big one. I get the big one. No nonsense. I'm not sexually harassing you. Jesus fucking Christ. But it's
I'll sexually harass him for you, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. I've seen no. No, she's not. She's not even a step up from Katie. Okay, so ugh.
No matter how many times you say it, I'm not going to remember this person's name. I don't know who they are.
Well, that's where I'm at. I'm like, look, I listen to Veda every so often, and I know that she talks about this person nonsense, and I've addressed her before, but I don't know what time zone she's in. I don't know what state she's in. I don't know her. I think her name's Becky. I think that's her real name. Isn't it Becky first name? That's it. That's all I know. Because
wow, that's an unfortunate name right there.
Well, the only reason I know that is because Aaron mentioned her name is Becky, so I assume that's her actual name, Becky. But
why did they think you were in Minnesota?
I don't know, because it's funny because not only did
I know you're not in Minnesota.
No, I live in California. No, not only did she say I lived. This, swear to God, I have this in the document. Not only did she say I lived in Minnesota, but she said I lived in Elk River, which is a very specific name, right? And I'm like, okay, where the hell is Elk River?
It's the middle of fucking nowhere.
I don't know. I looked it up one time, and here, the Elk River, Minnesota. It's next to Hillside Park. Yeah, I don't. That's like north of Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's that's like there's a lot of very rural parts that I don't think.
Why would she say I lived there, though? I mean, what? Obviously,
I couldn't fucking tell you. She clearly didn't contact the police.
If it went all the way to trial, they would have asked her, why did you put down on your complaint here that Mr. McRae lives in Minnesota? Because that's what it literally would have said. The defendant lives in Elk River, Minnesota, and she knows they didn't. So I mean, there had to be a reason why she put that down. I mean, you just don't make shit up for like no particular reason, you know.
She got some wild hair up her ass that made her think that there was something that she could pin on you. I don't understand why though. Like Minnesota, like there's a you could say California's big. She could have claimed that you were trying to attack her from all kinds of different places of California, or like in the other most populous states, New York, Florida. Why Minnesota? Nobody fucking lives there. Only people that live there are fish.
That's where she lives. Though. I mean, but Katie's from Minnesota. She wanted the court to think that I lived in her state. Seriously, she when she filed her.
That's a pretty serious crime in Minnesota.
Well, no, you know what's so funny? It's not a crime. I have found out from my lawyer that she could basically put anything she wants in a document or an affidavit, and it doesn't matter. They want people to be expressive, I guess. They want people to feel like like safe. And I'm like, but this is an outright lie. He's like, unfortunately, you're allowed to do that. And then you go to the trial, and then the court determines it's a lie, kind of shit, right? I'm like, this is I've never been to Minnesota. This is like prima facie lie. This is something that doesn't even need to be adjudicated. I've never lived in Minnesota.
I want to go to Minnesota for one specific thing, the Eel Pout Festival, but I've never been there myself either. Eventually, if you keep fucking with the federal government, they're going to get upset, and they're going to be like, "Hey, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, why are you filing like constant reports?
Why are you filing California tax return when you live in Minnesota, Steve? Yeah, okay."
They're gonna like it. Like, I know it's not always on paper, but like eventually, if you fuck with them enough, like they're gonna get annoyed and they're gonna come after you.
Yeah,
I don't want that for anyone. I want everyone to be okay, everyone to be happy and healthy.
No, I'm not like that at all. I want people to suffer. I swear to God, I want people like Katie Joy, Uni-Rock, and nonsense.
Oh, you're a sick bastard.
Not so much nonsense. Like I said, I don't even know nonsense. It's mostly Katie Joy and Uni-Rock. I mean, they could suffer till hell freezes over for all I care. They are literally the worst people I've ever met in my entire life. But
well, I mean, like at least as far as like their suffering is extended to other people, I would hope that ends and they figure out what is going on in their life that led them to this point.
Oh, I know what led them. They're sociopaths. That's why I think nonsense and Uni are exactly the same, like ideologically the same person as far as like what they do. Uni's has been around longer, but I don't see any different from what Uni does, what nonsense does. Nonsense, everything I've ever seen from nonsense when I watch Aaron's channel or I watch Veda's channel is just hours of bloviating about nothing. She gets nothing right. She never shows any of the facts. I have all the facts. I have all the facts when it comes to Katie Joy. This is why Katie Joy is scared of me.
What kind of content does she put out usually? I'm not familiar with her.
I very rarely do I see. This was this last
So like news stuff or something.
I honestly, the only thing I've ever seen her ever talk about was Molly Golightly. That's it.
And another person, I have no idea who they are.
She was somebody on White Swap. She got involved in the Marvon McRae thing to try to get some money for the mom, which is the biological mom, Letitia, to go see Marvon in the hospital. But then Katie Joy was involved, and then she got slighted by Letitia. So she, instead of, just backing away, she did what Katie Joy always does. She, went on the warpath and vengeance and decided to sabotage Letitia and say there was a fraudulent GoFundMe when there wasn't. And so that's when, of course, Unirock goes, oh, GoFundMe. And he got involved with that, and he tried to sabotage it even more. And he decided to bash the mom of Marvon, who happens to be a veteran, which is the most duplicitous thing I've ever in my mind.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of veterans. Yeah, I've spent thousands of dollars like over the last year to like help veterans who had no one else to help them. So like fuck anyone who's screwing with them.
Well, and that's what I still can't wrap my head around it. That here's a mother who has a child in a coma who is a veteran, and Uni and Katie Joy are nonstop attacking this woman to the point she has a breakdown.
Mm.
That I don't have anybody could ever justify it. And Nonsense was signing off on this. She was a part of that. So I don't know what the hell all of a sudden she's like, oh, well, I'm going to go after Uni round. No, the only way she's going after Uni if it benefits both of them for some reason, because that's how Uni operates. But Mousy says, whenever someone gets close to outing Katie Joy or connecting all the dots, which I don't think anybody ever will because they're just so convoluted, they fall back to the old drama, Steve, 8KC, Nat. And I don't believe Nat Ken is a real person and visual. She is a real person. I mean, I've seen her talk, and so she does exist. However, I think it's very odd.
For now.
I think it's very odd that she got arrested, but there's nobody that seems to be able to find really any kind of record on the arrest or what happened or how it was
I can find it if you really want me to.
Go be my guest. Look, I've actually asked Aaron and other people what has been going on with this person Nat, because she did all this shitty shit, and all of a sudden she just fell off the planet. Nobody knows whether she was in jail or she went back to an institution. And here's the funniest thing. Like I said,
she's in Guantanamo.
she's in a what they call it, a black site.
Yeah.
but it's funny because Katie Joy actually, again, she lied and said that I was sending Nat death threats when I've never even talked to the woman. I've never had any conversation with Nat ever. The only time I think that maybe she was on an alt called Kasumu Kaskagi or whatever, something on a Twitter, and I might have responded there.
Is it like an anime emoji?
Kasugi? I don't know.
Icon thing. Probably is. Hey, no offense to people who like anime. I like anime. It's just a bunch I like, but there's kind of a type.
Yeah, you got me, man. All I know is that when they asked her, well, what's this evidence that Steve McRae sent death threats to Nat? She's like, oh, I saw them. I'm like, oh, really? Did you now? Can I see them?
I can think of no more deadly and operative than Steve McRae.
I apparently
I fear for my life right now.
Good that I can send death threats without actually sending death threats to a person I never talked to before, and that somebody has actually seen them. Yet when you ask for the evidence, they don't exist. Because fun fact, Katie Joy said, "Well, I just saw that Steve McRae has an Instagram account." No shit. Yeah, I got an Instagram account. She never saw any DMs between me and her because they didn't exist.
Hi, John. By the way.
Hi, John.
Hi. How's everybody doing? Well, Steve, you know that we don't need evidence for wrongdoing in this day and age, mate. Everybody's spidey sense, or just like the vague accusation fired out into the ether. And by ether, I mean a YouTuber with thousands of subscribers. No harm, no foul. What could possibly go wrong?
This is what blows my mind. Uni and Nonsense are seemingly infamous for not ever giving evidence. But you go to my videos, how much evidence do I provide? I provide the actual affidavits. I provide the court documents. I provide the screenshots. I have a 135-page document on this woman. How much more evidence do I need?
the big concern, like for me, isn't even necessarily specific individuals. I mean, Unirock, when I first came across him, like with your first interactions with him, like seemed as though they were reasonable and everything was tickety boo, and then he just like went off the fucking deep end. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
I saw what happened to him. I literally, again, when I first ran into Uni, he was putting out information on the Non Sequitur show, and I didn't even know who he was. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my God, I keep forgetting their name. Every time you mention it, I forget it.
Who? Who?
I'm trying to remember them. I'm trying to stay relevant to it.
Oh. Well, Uni's easy to remember because you just think of him as being unidimensional, and his dimension is fucking useless.
Oh shit, they define themselves.
So real quick, Sean. So what happened was, Uni was going to go on a stream with some information that was wrong, and I was in his Discord, and I was like, "Hey, let Uni know he's got some misinformation." And finally, after a while, Uni got a hold of me, and he's like, "Yeah, no big deal." He's like, "Dude, if I put this out and they complain, then I'll fix it. If they don't, then we just run with it." He's like, "Look, but you want to make a video, call me out. I'll then do that, and then I'll make a video about you, and we'll go back and forth." And I'm like, "Fuck you." I was like, "No, that's not how I operate."
You think if they were trying to present themselves from some kind of intellectual angle, they'd call themselves omni, but that might be out of their vocabulary.
Well, yeah. I mean, multivariate, omnidirectional. Multifaceted,
all directions,
nuance, not something they deal with. But I think the tactic, to be honest with you, is. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever saw the Sam Harris, Young Turks, Cenk Uyghur interview. It was like 3 hours long.
It was embarrassing.
It was for the Young Turks because essentially Harris went on because they'd had a load of people on the Young Turks that were borderline slandering Harris, to be honest. I mean, I disagree with a shitload of what he said recently, but I do consider him a pretty honest and reasonable person. Sam Harris, that is, not Cenk.
YPY is kind of wiggly for me because, like, a lot of the time I can agree with them. A lot of the times I can't.
Well, I like his more landscape stuff. I like his work on the morality as a hypothetical syllogism. Yeah, I mean a hypothetical imperative. So I agree with Sam Harris on that aspect. But that's
I mean, the moral landscape in a few sentences is essentially morality can be based in can be objectively founded as long as you accept your foundational axioms, just like we do with everything with logic.
Yeah, you're grounded. You're grounded. His grounding.
As soon as you've got a grounding that gives you a direction of travel, there is objectively a better way to travel along that path and a not better way to travel along that path, and that's where
as long as people are talking is my policy, because like I've been in lots of different communities where they like I joined them because I knew they objectively it was not objectively, but they disagreed with me. And I tried to speak reason with them, and so sometimes I actually was able to find some mediation. Because I was able to speak with them.
Well, let me bring back a little bit here because way off the weeds.
Yeah. So what I was just super quick, Steve. What I was going to say about the whole Sam Harris thing, that wasn't a total segue. What I was going to say is Sam Harris was pointing out, look, you've brought people on to throw slime at me intentionally, and now you've stolen a piece of my reputation, and now you've invited me on to your channel to scrape the slime off of me and direct some of my traffic to your channel. You've intentionally slimed me in order to steal some of my traffic and some of my popularity by bringing.
That's literally Uni's own modus operandi.
Oh yeah, you're getting slimed like Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, no, he made like 700 videos about me, and I didn't give a shit. I didn't watch any of them. It's like, dude, you're screaming into the void. I don't give a
what?
Fuck. Yeah,
I thought it was like a dozen videos.
No, Unirock made over, I think, 700 videos about me. If I had to take a guesstimate.
Yeah, I sort of.
That's weird. That's just bizarre.
Yeah, I tuned out.
That's a lot of videos.
That's a lot of videos. Yeah. Well, then he moved on to Molly Golightly, and then he made 700 videos about her.
I mean, there's people that don't like me, but they don't make videos like that.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, dude. It's creepy. It's absolutely creepy. But real quick, so KCG points out there's another player. Her name is Erica Genevieve. Erica came around, I don't know, 2022, give or take, and she had said that she had gotten an RO against Katie Joy. I looked into it, and I even tweeted out the most I could find was that she had opened a filing in Minnesota court, and then she put some documents and stuff in the court filings, but there was nothing through the court, and there's nothing served. It was just anybody could do this. Anybody can go open a court document, make one on the court side, and throw shit in there. And so it was all just one-sided. There was nothing of any response, and so I couldn't show anything else. And I tweeted out, all I know is there's a case that she had opened and she had uploaded, but other than that, Katie Joy had been served. There hasn't been a response. There hasn't been anything that shows there's an actual RO.
And that doesn't mean anything. Like, is it?
It meant nothing. But this is what I'm saying. Just this person, Erica, wanted me and other people to believe stuff that wasn't true because she was just saying, "Oh, look, believe me," and we're like, "No, we want evidence." And I couldn't get any evidence. And this is what I even tweeted out. I cannot verify that this is true. I think that Erica moved on to other people because I wasn't playing her little silly game. I mean, she was just being another gnat. And so I had nothing to do with her. And that was back in 2022. And yet when people keep bringing up this person's Erica's name, I have nothing to do with fucking Erica.
How many fucking Ericas are there? Is that even her real name?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, seriously, come on.
Like last night,
me and my DOD buddies can fuck with people in all kinds of ways and bring up shit in the courts to just annoy them. It's not going to lead to any case. Anyone could do that.
Well, and that's what all Erica did. She just made some shell filing, and that was never served on Katie. And then, like I said, she's been going around to various people, trying to dump all this information on them. And I'm like, I have no idea what the hell. Even back in 2023, she was.
And now you're basically Epstein.
Well, it was. She was giving me all this information about people that I knew nothing about, and I didn't care. There were this group called the Thunderdome. It was a Cartman group, and I guess they were on Aaron's channel recently. And I'm like, I don't know any of these people. I don't care about them. Why are you telling me about this shit? And I just kind of try to ignore her. But I guess she was just trying to set up this group called the Thunderdome group that she had been a part of, or trying to set. I don't know the exact details. You go to Aaron and ask her. But,
as a huge fan of Tina Turner, I'm kind of offended by that terminology.
And I did try to watch Aaron's stream last night, but after a few people like Holy Spackle and JD Kane, who I want absolutely nothing to do there, the only people worse than them are Katie Joy and Union Rock, but they're close second. So I wanted nothing to do with it. I was like, Aaron, run your channel any way you want. Yeah, it's cool, but I'm not going to be around. And she knows that. I love Aaron.
I wonder if they have a master blaster where it's like, can't you see? They have the mind of a child. I'm sorry. I love that Mad Max movie.
I'm still amazed that in the States you can make a publicly visible court submission that is just sort of, I mean, what is it? Just like a line interface, and it just is a matter of public.
It's all us. Yeah.
You can go through it for a while before they start catching on to you wasting their time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. When you ask for documentation and you don't get any, then I'm not gonna buy into it. Like everything that I have in the court record, like with the non sequitur show, was made public. I mean, it literally is on the North Carolina business, Superior Court.
The States are slightly more litigious than the United Kingdom is, but you can't put anything as a matter of public record specifically through the courts in the UK until it's gone through either the lowest tier of our courts is magistrates. And the way it works, you've got things like small claims courts, so sort of anything under £50,000 for sort of like business disagreements, stuff like that will go through small claims courts.
Oh yeah, I saw CGP Grey talking about that. He's a professor in the UK now. So he's an American, but he does a pretty good job of explaining how like all of their legislature works.
So let me ask you guys, because I do think you guys have been following because you guys are over in the UK. But let me ask the audience: can someone just in like treat me like I'm a fifth grader or something. Like just in no uncertain terms, to explain to me who the fuck Nonsense is and why she's mentioning me. That's all I care about. Like, I mean, why is she mentioning my name? I mean, why do I have to go to Erin's channel and see her talk about me when I know nothing about this person or why she?
This is the fifth time that their name was mentioned, and I just don't know, and I can't recall them, and I don't think they will adhere to my memory. I'm trying. I'm trying to like.
I don't know what else she's famous for. Again, I don't know what else she's done other than she's bashed on Molly. She hates Molly Golightly with a passion. And again, I don't know anything about Molly. I don't give a shit about Molly. No offense, sorry, Molly. I
don't know. I don't know Molly either, but probably a nicer person by the sounds of it.
Justin's the only person I've ever talked to, and he seems cool. But Molly's never invited me on to get my side of things when she was having a feud with Katie Joy.
One of the worst things you can do when whether you're trying to be influencer, entertainer, whatever, is try and tell your followers or your friends who they can be friends with. That's one of the worst things they can do.
Never work. Yeah.
I've seen it like collapse, like in Hindenburg.
Yeah, no, it never works.
Firestorms.
Like Erin,
it's like, dude, just let people do what they want when they're adults.
Erin can have anybody in her live chat or channel she wants, and I couldn't give a shit. I don't have to be around it, right?
Yeah.
I don't ever tell her who she can and cannot talk to. First of all, she would tell me to fuck off, as rightly she should, and I would expect the same thing, right? I mean, she would never tell me who I can and cannot have on, and that's what respect is. This is why I adore Erin. We have that kind of I guess respect for each other. That she's not going to tell me how to run my channel. I'm not going to tell her to run her channel. If we have any disagreement, we talk about it, and we've always got along. I adore her. She's one of the most honest people I've ever met, because even though we may not agree ideologically on certain things, we don't argue about that.
You have an agreement of like autonomy. Like it's like you're not gonna fuck with each other like that, because like that's not fair to do to other adults.
And by the way, I told her last night, look, I couldn't be around. I didn't want her to get offended that I was like taken off, because I took off last night after I saw I was coming around. She's like, no, I totally get it. And she was just happy that people were getting along for at least one night. She's like, that was a one-off kind of thing, so. April,
take what you can get, man.
Well, for her, yeah, but for me, I wouldn't want those people over here. I want nothing.
I mean, for anybody, we all have our tumultuous moments, and
there is nothing that these people could ever do to rectify the harm they have caused to multiple people, and not even to me. That's not me. I'm irrelevant, but they had caused harm to people I cared about, and that is unforgivable. I don't forgive. Jesus does. I don't.
I would be careful with throwing around the name Molly, because I only have a cursory and recreational understanding of Molly, but that's because in the UK, and I don't know if it's the same in the States, Molly is actually a student for ecstasy or MDMA.
Yeah, it is. But Molly Golightly got her name from was it Holly Golightly was from Breakfast at Tiffany's? Was that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My big
what character did Audrey Hepburn play? It was
who the fuck are any of these people?
you never saw Breakfast at Tiffany's?
No.
Yeah. It was
I know what it is, but I don't know. I didn't have my DVD player didn't work back then.
Yeah. What was her character? It was Audrey Hepburn, but I don't. The character name was not Molly Golightly. It was something else. It's similar. It was like it was something Golightly.
Was that with the fucking Matthew Perry? No.
It was Holly Golightly. No. This is 1961, probably, give or take. Yeah, before your time. But anyways, it was Holly Golightly, and she just had a play on that with Molly Golightly.
I'm an older fuck than you think. Who's this new person? And yes, April, we're all narcissistic fucks. Get used to it.
But yes, April, I want you to explain who this attention whore is, because again, if I'm going to write a love letter to Nonsense saying, "Hey, I'm not interested," which is basically what this video is. Nonsense, I'm not interested. I like to know why.
Sorry to interrupt. I think I know this song, "Breakfast at Tiffany's," more than the movie.
Well, yeah, that was it Three Doors Down? No, that was no. Deep Blue something. That was who it was. Deep Blue something.
So yeah, dickless something.
Yeah, deep blue something. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I'll go with dickless. I think I prefer that.
Zemline's right. Yeah, I mean, I know. Look, we've all been around for years, and yes, I always have haters. But this is somebody who I don't even know what the fuck she even dislikes me. More or less mentions my name. There are people that dislike me that will talk about me for decades. I totally get that. Okay, they have nothing else in their lives but to talk about me.
I'm thinking of creating sock accounts just to fuck with you right now.
Do it, yeah, might as well. Everybody else has. Shit. Brandon, how many people have fucking making soccer accounts to fuck with me? I just block them. Look, I work full time. I don't have time for any of this shit. I don't care. I work full time. Fuck everybody else. I'm living the
dude.
best.
We all do. You know what I do.
Yeah, whatever, man. It's all. I don't understand how their whole personas on the internet is based upon, just basically shitting on people they've never even talked to. That's weird.
Well, it's because they can't. It's because they can't make their own content.
That's it. And that's exactly it. Look, every video I have, like a non sequitur, I talk to people. Every person I have an issue with.
You talk about like news and important topics.
Almost every single one of them I have had a conversation with. There are some people that are like bigger names, like famous people that maybe I haven't. But for the most part, anybody in the YouTube blogosphere or YouTube sphere or whatever, I've at least have some connection to that I personally have interacted with them to know that they are a shitty person or they are saying some shitty things or have done some shitty things, right? For the most part. She's never interacted with me.
It's just being like inconsistent.
What does she think I've done?
That's how I'd put it.
What does this person think that I've done? Seriously, like honestly, what the fuck have I done? What this person thinks that I'm like the evil incarnate? That I am.
Well, there's one that I'm definitely not going to address, but I know the people you're talking about.
Okay, well, somebody tell me. Live chat. What is it that I've done where this person thinks I'm like fucking evil incarnate? I'm okay. KCG will probably be able to answer this.
To address, but
Oh, try again. Yeah, let's. I think they're listening to the video.
You can do it.
Come on, KC, you can do it.
What do you think you need to have with a person in order to be able to determine that they're a shitty person?
Do you have to be able to? No.
Whether they cause harm to other people, that's like the only prerequisite.
Yeah, to me, a shitty person is somebody who's a sociopath that goes out of the way to cause harm to people,
or they cause harm to themselves. That's equally as bad.
I don't care. I
know you don't care, but like
I know,
I'm a health professional, so like I kind of have to.
Rod, I'll tell you this. I care about people when they have mental illness, when they're willing to go get the help they need. I will support them 1,000%. But when they're disingenuous, when they are lying and manipulative, and they're harming others, regardless of whether they have some kind of mental illness or not, that is not an excuse.
Because at that point they're trying to subvert the system that's put in place to help them.
Same thing with drug addicts. If you're a drug addict and you get help and you stay sober, I am 1,000% behind you.
I'm an alcoholic. I go to AA like for like 4 hours a day. Like you think that's easy? There's shit in place to help people.
This is the first beer that I've had in months. The first drink I asked.
Don't worry about drinking. That's like an afterthought for me. It's like I'm more into like books.
I'm having a beer tonight. But I drink so infrequently because it doesn't sit well with me. I got a bad stomach, so I can't drink very much.
Hey, drink as much as you want. I never judge anyone.
I literally have like 25 fluid ounces, and I'll probably barely finish this if I even do so. Because like I said, yes, no. She always like, hey, have a drink with me. And I'm like, I just don't feel like drinking. Because it doesn't sit well with me.
The drinking culture in the UK is definitely different to the drinking culture in the States. That's for sure. But
probably, I'm familiar with the pubs.
I'll drink if I go to a pub because it's a social thing, right? But I just have no desire to drink at home.
I'm kind of afraid to go to the pubs because I feel like they're just gonna like try and beat me up and call me a Jew because that's happened too many times.
KC's G is still trying to.
I don't know why they think I'm a Jew. I did like my nose is sort of big, but for some reason they always think I'm a Jew.
I'm Jewish.
I'm okay. I'm okay with Jewish people. Like I'm not religious, but like. I don't know why they're just like, oh, he's got a big nose, beat up the Jew.
I love cultural Judaism. I'm a big fan of cultural Judaism.
Yeah, if you look at my server, my friend Greg, he's way into like the deistic Judaism, where it's like he just loves the culture. The food is great.
Oh yeah,
The
dude,
holidays are great.
they're great people. I tell you, my neighbors were Jewish. I've been to bar mitzvahs. Just some of the most wonderful people. They're just so nice and erudite, very wise. I mean, the elders in the traditional, like the ones that read the Torah from the straight, those big, those big, what do they call them? Oh god, they have like the scrolls in them, and they're super big, and if you carry them around, you see that? Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're called, but anyways, the people that do all the chanting and oh my god, they're so smart.
Well, it's like a very scholaristic thing that kind of persisted throughout history, which is kind of why people hated them, I think.
Maybe
Is because they were actually like acknowledging different aspects of science, and they were like, all right, well, we know there's all bullshit, so let's focus on the science. And people are like, no.
The Jewish community are not big fans of sort of wrecking their religion. So what you'll get is sort of like the Christian and the Islam and stuff, like a commandment.
Right.
Or
So
my favorite Jewish friend is a pole dancer.
What?
So it's like they're adapting a little bit better than some other people.
KCG is trying to figure this out, but KCG is going to come in here and explain exactly what the hell is going on here because.
We should clear that up. That is a topic.
No. Like I said, I'm doing this stream to figure out why the hell this person's talking about me because I have no idea. I'm not going to bother talking about her again. I'm not doing this like back and forth shit. She can talk all she wants about me, and the other people will respond to it. That's what she wants. But I'm just kind of curious, why me?
It sounds like it'll be the period at the end of the sentence of this like discussion about her. It's like, all right, well, you're nothing. Goodbye.
Yeah, KCG. If somebody, do you have anybody that can help you? If you're struggling to make it work, I mean, obviously, it's okay.
If she wants to talk, she can talk to me. But like, it doesn't just be honest and be open, and like, there's not going to be a problem.
The whole thing,
nonsense
thing. The thing, I think a lot of it is. It's been in the modern era, dislike Judaism is because one of the very few religions that don't proselytize.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I love about Jewish culture.
They're not evangelical.
They don't want you in their community. It's not like Christians where they're trying to foist it on you. Jews are like, no, get out of here. We don't need you.
Somebody, you say to a Jewish person, "Hey, I'd like to be Jewish," and they look at you like a nutbag who's like, "You've heard about the Holocaust, right? I mean, we're his chosen people. Like, I mean, don't stand next to me in a thunderstorm, dude. Why the fuck would you want to be a Jew?" But the reason I think that a lot of people dislike them is because sort of there is.
I think it's a. I'm sorry to interject. I think it's a longevity thing. They've been around for so long that you can just kind of blame whatever, conspiracy you want on them. Because it's like, oh, well, they've been around for so long. Clearly something crazy is happening.
Well, because they're very traditional. I mean, they have a lot of oral traditions, and they just respect the elders and the culture. And
family tradition, though.
Yeah. What's so funny is my mom was never that religious, but when it came to like the Jewish stuff, she would do a menorah. So she respected
I like the menorah. Who doesn't like candles?
Yeah, she liked the menorah. We'd go to, like I said, we've been to bar mitzvahs, but she wasn't really a believer, but she just liked we love challah bread. When my mom would go out and bring back some challah bread.
Oh goddamn! Now you're speaking my language.
Man, that stuff's good. Yeah, and I also love really like lox and bagels with cream cheese.
Oh! You bring out the cream cheese and the challah bread. It's fakakta.
So good. Mazel tov.
Oh god, we're all gonna start talking Yiddish now, and all the Nazis are gonna rise.
I don't learn words like Kepler. My mom taught me that Kepler, and then schmuck. Shamil, shun it for the goyim.
Oh my god, it was fakakta, never by graveness from a moil. That's really fucked up for anyone who doesn't know what that means.
So I know what a moil is.
It was fakakta.
Did he make a mistake? Did he cut too much?
Shabbat shalom.
I kind of wish I would have learned Hebrew more. I think it would have been a very erudite language to learn.
It's one of 5 languages I know pretty well.
So I don't.
Yeah, I always inspire everyone listening to learn new languages. You can find many free apps on your app store to learn new languages.
I'm still trying to learn Spanish. I took Spanish in college.
Yeah, that's nothing to me. But yeah, I'm trying to learn Icelandic. That's a pain in the ass. I don't know.
¿Hablas español?
Sí.
Yo estudié 3 y media años de español en la escuela, pero no me gusta hablar español. Es una lengua muy difícil para mí. Inglés es más difícil, pero es muy importante hablar las dos lenguas. No, es muy importante hablar las dos lenguas por mis negocios y mis clientes también. ¿Dónde la baños?
¿Dónde está la zapatería?
Yo tengo una gato.
That's a real question. Yeah. Where the fuck do I find shoes?
Yeah. All right. So KCG is going to get Aaron to help them. They use adaptive text. So that's, it may not be compatible, but if you get Aaron to help you, because I would really love your input, KCG. I really don't know why the hell this person keeps bringing up my name, and it wasn't even until I got home and I listened to Aaron's.
It's not even like you have a huge following either.
No, I do philosophy anymore. People look, I got a small group anymore. I got rid of all the
I'm not trying to be insulting. I mean,
no,
it's like if you were like Matt, if you were like Matt Walsh or someone like that, or someone who was like a lot of influence, it would kind of make sense. It's like you're going to get the views.
Yeah,
you don't want to be Matt Walsh. No one should be Matt Walsh.
No one wants to be Matt Walsh.
I'll rip that fucking toupee off his head if he gets anywhere close to me.
No, I got a small following anymore. I don't have the time to put out the content that I used to, and
that's fine. That's what you want to do.
I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that I have not been able to put out what I want to. But that's the problem with working full time. And so I stream when I can. I still do the non sequitur show. I do streams like this, but I still do my reviews. I did a review just the other day. On some video, so I still will do those, and if people want to watch those, great. But I'm not going to.
What was it? A movie?
No. I did a review on philosophy videos and stuff like that, like Matt Dillon. He puts out and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there and do 4-hour shows talking about absolutely nothing. I mean, that's what I see.
Let's hit that stream goal, guys.
They do nothing. They literally have nothing to talk about. I'm sorry, but it's cool to have a hangout like this every so often where everybody just kind of jumps in and you could talk, and that's great. But I mean, as far as like my reviews, I'm done in 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours most. I mean, to sit there and just fabricate drama for the sake of views, that's not what I'm interested in. So sure, my numbers have gone way down, and I'm totally cool with that.
Let's talk about Jared Genesis again. Let's beat that old fucking death nut. Fuck that guy. I'm so tired of people talking about him.
That was like 2018, 19.
Oh, that never stopped.
No, I don't see that.
It's all they got for some streamers. It's like, well, we got these lol cows. Let's keep poking at them.
I don't deal with any of that stuff. Even when people got into the whole Shandy.
No, it sucks. It's really depressing. For the people doing it and for what you're do you think they're really helping Jared by like annoying him and fucking with his family? It's like, I know you don't like people that you don't really care about people getting fucked with, but it's like, do you really think it's helping anybody?
No, it's not that. I don't think anybody should get fucked with. I think the trolls are horrific human beings. I have no compunction to have anything to do with people that go real life. And yet I have this person nonsense who thinks that me, Aaron, and Veda are somehow going real life. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Name one time I've gone real life on anybody besides suing Katie Joy and suing Kyle. But other than that, those were done legally.
There's a balance to everything, isn't there? So just as a for instance, like bullies exist in all walks of life. And when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet. Bullying, I mean, I was never bullied, but not really anyway. I mean, once you realize that you're not made of glass, and even if the other person is bigger than you, you actually earn some respect by swinging back and defending yourself, and then they just tend to leave you alone and pick on a weak target.
Oh, you learn quick in prison, or at least I did.
It's a universal, isn't it? You have to stand up for yourself. If you don't stand up for yourself, then you just become a perpetual target to
yes, no, I mean, sure, there's a time to stand up, and then after that, you're just done. I mean, like, this is my one time.
Sometimes you get to bite someone's face off, and that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not gonna sit there and respond to everybody who makes a video about me. There's 1,000 videos about me on YouTube. Literally, I'm not even. This is not hyperbole. There's probably 1,000 videos. I mean, 1000 videos with my name somewhere out there, because I know at least Dickhead did 700 of his own. And then other people would talk about me, but I mean, I don't watch any of them. So,
what is his name? Actually, is his name actually Dickhead?
That's his nickname.
Oh,
yeah.
Very, very creative.
Yeah.
It sounds like something Beavis and Butthead came up with.
I'm not very original in my insults.
Yeah.
That's okay. The comedy is my job, not yours.
not. I remember I was a straight guy in more ways than one on the Non Sequitur show, right? I mean, I was the supposed to be the non-comedic one. Kyle was supposed to be the comedy guy. I ended up doing some comedy, but KCG says nonsense is doing the Katie Joy move, saying that people called CPS on her. Okay, what does that have to fucking do with me or anybody that I know? If I find out that somebody calls CPS on somebody, I'm going to disown that person and never talk to them again. Do not call CPS on anybody unless you think that child is
unlawful use of CPS is a serious crime.
It should be a serious crime. If you think a child is actually in danger, absolutely. But
yeah, that's really fucked up for kids who are actually in danger.
I have
to distract CPS.
I have never seen anybody that I have interacted with ever abuse a child. I will say that Katie Joy is a shitty mother, but nothing would ever raise to any kind of level where CPS would have to be involved. And
I'm really glad I don't know these people at all.
And I know CPS was involved. I know that people did call CPS on Katie, and that was bullshit. And I absolutely denounced that, and I will always denounce that, because nothing rose that level.
Oh that's horribly distracting, because you never know when someone's like beating the shit out of a fucking toddler a block away.
Right, you're taking resources,
and no one's going to show up to help them because they're wasting their time on that bullshit.
Right, exactly.
Unfortunately, it depends on what your obviously the people threshold, but it depends what.
So let me say this. Okay, so KCG says they're blaming Veda and Aaron for making those calls. I will absolutely 100% guarantee. I know for an absolute fact that Aaron would never do such a thing, and I don't think Veda would do either. I don't know Veda that well, but she's always been straight up with me. But I go way back with Aaron. I trust her 100%. Aaron loathes people that make these calls. Absolutely loathes people that make these types of calls. So why would they blame Veda and Aaron unless they have evidence? And where's that evidence? If they have the evidence, I will shit on either one of them. I guarantee it. I will not tolerate people doing this shit. But I've never seen a shred of evidence that Veda or Aaron would do such a thing.
It's particularly insidious as well, because I don't know if it's the same in the States, but in the UK, if somebody phones Child Protective Services, that is essentially, I mean, the police here have a license to just trawl through your personal life at will anyway. But if you want to get the police to dig into somebody's personal life and remove all semblance of privacy, you make an accusation against them about abusing a child.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because it's very hard to defend against.
Well, yeah. But because also it's like you can't, dependent on the age of the child, you can't just go to the potential victim and just sit down and ask them.
It's very difficult. Yeah, exactly.
One thing that I found interesting in the States, you could just make up the age of the child, and they have to figure it out later.
But it's so
you'd be like, "Oh, it was a 6-year-old." It's like, no, he was 10.
So KCG says they're saying Veda and Aaron are trying to get nonsense husbands to do his job. I only talk to Aaron. I don't talk to Veda that much. I just talked to her earlier. She's supposed to come on here, but Aaron I talk to regularly. Aaron couldn't give a flying fuck about Nonsense's husband. I can guarantee. It's just that's bullshit. It's just where's the evidence for this? Aaron does not give a flying fuck about any of this. I guarantee it. She just does commentary for her channel. She does not take any of this seriously.
One thing that's really frustrating to me when I see, like, I'm okay with people creating content. You want to do your TikTok videos. You want midgets smoking blunts and stripping and stuff like that. Whatever. Do you? But what do you have to offer? Is what I always have to ask people like that. Like, I'm a stand-up comedian. I have that. I at least make people laugh. It's like, what the fuck do you have to offer? I'm not a news guy. That's like more your thing.
So what does Nonsense have to offer? When I do my commentary, I give, I think, pretty creative comment some things. But in fact, I just was on Dr. Braxton.
Oh, you make me laugh plenty of times. I'm not doubting that. But I'm saying like that. That's my rub.
But I'm saying like look, I wrote my philosophy paper that has been making huge waves. It's already been read 2,400 times. It's in the top 2% of academic EDU. I was on Dr. Braxton Hunter's channel with Dr. Pritchett.
Oh, damn.
And we're talking about my paper. So it's making some waves. I at least have something to offer when I'm talking about stuff in philosophy because I happen to like that particular topic and I know a lot of people in that domain, right? Or I talk about evolution, or talk about science. I have no interest in the drama shit.
Philosophy.
I don't care about the drama. I leave that up for Veda and Aaron. They seem to thrive on that, and more power to them. But I'm not a part of that. This is what I don't understand. Why does Nonsense keep lumping me in to people like Veda and Aaron, who are my friends, but I don't get involved in their stuff that they talk about with Nonsense because I don't care. I only go around their channels when I find something interesting. And last night I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was dealing with Unirock with my name and all this shit. So I was listening. I happen to like Aaron's stuff when she's doing her entitlement translator videos. That's how I got to know her. She's funnier than shit. You know?
It's difficult, isn't it? Because my interest in philosophy is specifically around sort of the interaction between sort of epistemology and the interactions between sort of utilitarianism and the specific deontologies, and where the edges overlap, and that's where my interest in philosophy started. But like, it's actually become much more of a useful tool recently because I've sort of actively I've been more sort of proactive. I most of my business advertising and things like that is on Facebook. You could potentially find my business based on knowing me as just looking at my publicly viewable profiles. And I was always, my dad, he passed away a couple of years ago. My dad was always of the opinion, don't stick your head above the parapet, because if these morons decide that they're going to come and mob you, then it could potentially have an impact on your business.
Yeah, it's also tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah. So, but actually, lately, the culture war has just become so unbelievably extreme in both directions. I've sort of gone,
hasn't it? It's ridiculous. I'm a centrist, and I'm on Twitter.
Wait a second. Abram wants to know. Look at my Facebook, and you will see. Oh, go on. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm interrupting.
Well, I was just going to say that I'm a centrist, and so when I go to Twitter, there's certain things when somebody says something, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to evaluate this as the argument. I don't care if they're left of center, right of center. I don't give a shit. They could be alt right, they could be alt left, they could be right, they could be left, they could be center. It doesn't matter. I go with the argument, right? And it really kills me when somebody fucking tries to label me as a particular political skew when it's not. I swear to God, left thinks I'm right thinks I'm left, and center just goes, let's go have a drink. You know, it's bizarre.
Clearly a Marxist.
Oh yeah, even what's so fucking hilarious is that I
love when they call us that.
I was talking about critical race theory, which came from Marxism, right? Critical race theory came from critical theory, which came from the Frankfurt School, which was heavily entrenched in Marxism. And I had people telling me I was wrong, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
That's literally where critical race theory came from.
A lot of people don't seem to understand that like political ideologies can be right in some ways and be wrong
Well, there's no perfect.
in a lot of ways.
There's no perfect
I mean,
ideology.
look at the founding fathers of the United States. They had some stuff right. They had a lot of stuff wrong,
Well,
though.
they couldn't predict what happened 200 years later. Look, I'm not a laissez-faire capitalist.
They acknowledged that too.
Yeah, I believe
they were like, "We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen."
I'm a capitalist for the most part, and I probably skew left socially. And I know it sounds like a cliche. Oh, I'm skewed left socially, but fiscally conservative because that's what you would have a classical, a classical Republican. But
I can't lie. I love money, and I'm pretty good at making it.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Not everyone's in such an advantageous position.
I don't have a problem with people making money honestly. I don't. Okay, it is the dishonest people, especially on YouTube, that lie to their subscribers in order to make money. I can't deal with that. That to me is just bullshit.
Luckily, you're not going to subscribe to my Dogecoin, boy?
Oh, your Dogecoin, your cryptocurrency.
I've never invested in crypto once.
Me either. No, hell no.
Most of them are Ponzi schemes. But
it's a good grift. I can't blame them. I've been a con man for a long time. Good job, guys.
I can't deal with that though. No offense. The people that prey on the innocence of others because people are naive, I don't think is a way to sustain yourself. I think it's dishonest. I think it's evil, especially when they go after people that are elderly or mentally compromised.
It's degenerative.
Now,
to society.
Now, if you go after some people, for example, if somebody goes after like the Union Rocks of the world, I couldn't care less, right? If a grifter gets grifted, whatever. But you have somebody like Union Rock and Nonsense who have literally made names for themselves by fucking with people. That is not a way to content on YouTube.
There's some people who I agree are asking for it. Like if someone jumps Elon Musk, I'm gonna throw a party.
Yeah, I got nothing.
There's no way about it. It's gonna happen.
I got nothing against Elon Musk. I think he was stupid for buying Twitter and spending
fucking asshole.
The guy spent $40 billion something on Twitter to just have it like tank half its value in a matter of weeks.
He might as well have wiped his ass with it.
That's pretty impressive, dude. I mean, come on. But hey, think about this, Rodfest. How many people can say that they lost billions of dollars in a matter of days? Come on, that's impressive.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. He kind of sucks at being a billionaire.
Well, when you have that kind of money,
get to Twitter?
Right? Yeah, Twitter sucks nowadays. I mean, he's got some really skewed views because what he thought that $8 subscription fee.
Nobody can say negative things about me.
Yeah, it's so he's so touchy. It's like really, like, dude, I seriously, like I said, I have thousands of videos about me. You think I give a shit? I don't watch any of them.
I mean, you made a whole video today about people saying negative things about you. You don't give a shit. You're not trying to remove them from Twitter.
No, not at all. The only reason I'm even talking about this is because I watched Aaron's channel, right? I don't watch nonsense or shit.
Well, yeah, because it sounds like kind of funny on the surface. Honestly,
I'm just wondering
not funny for you, but funny on their fail.
I'd like to know what the hell's going on about why is my name being brought up again. Again, nobody can fucking tell me what this nonsense person thinks they have over me. What the hell that I've done?
Yeah, would you fist their mom? What'd you do?
At least that would understand. At least then I would understand. Oh yeah, well, Steve did some.
He kind of fisted their mom.
You say in a jest, but it makes it sounds like I've done something personal to these people, and I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. I don't think of any of them, and I certainly have not gone in real life with anybody.
If they've not got much of a following to speak of, and they don't, I mean, I presume the person has come to attention because they're on a stream who you do know or respect or like or what have you. If that's the case, I mean, I'll probably be inclined just to shrug and move on.
Well, I do. Yeah, this is just my fun stream because
Yeah, they might just be baiting you into like inviting more viewership for themselves.
Well, that's what they want. I couldn't give a shit. I'm not going to get any views out of this. I mean, nobody fucking watches my shit to talk about nonsense. I mean, I never talked about
You get decent viewership. It's not huge, but it's something.
Well, yeah, but when I talk, you people usually watch when I do more of my sciencey philosophy type stuff, right? But if I talk about the drama, I don't get much views out of it. Nobody gives a shit. Why would they? I don't know enough to talk about them. If you want the drama, go over to Aaron's channel and Veda's channel, and they'll talk about nonsense till they're blue in the face. I don't have the wherewithal to do so. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't even know. This is why I'm doing the stream because I don't know any reason why this woman's talking about me. I just don't.
I'm still struggling to remember their names every time you say them.
Nonsense.
I don't need to be offensive to them. They're just like they're like nothing.
She just goes by nonsense on the web.
I'm sorry, I'm struggling.
I mean, when I say they're nothing to me, like there's millions of people on the internet that I don't know. So it's like being nothing to me shouldn't mean anything to
you. Yeah, but they keep bringing up your name like for some strange reason. Because that's what really the whole thing is. Why is this person bringing up my name? I never talked to this person. If she was somebody that at least out of my past that I have nothing to do with anymore, knock yourself out. I got idiots all the fucking time talking about my name for whatever reason after I realize they're shitty people. This has been YouTube for me, right? I've had ex-partners that I will never mention some of their names ever again, because they've just been shitty fucking people. But I never talked to this woman. There's nothing that she has about me that would in any way give her any reason to talk about me. Again, I understand why shitty people talk about me. I get it.
Steve's clearly booking a flight to Minnesota right now.
Oh God, I don't think I'm not trying to stay as far away.
I don't want to go to fucking Minnesota. That's a flyover state.
Where you keep bringing up Minnesota. Minnesota's where Katie lives. I don't think that's not where nonsense lives.
Well, there is one thing I want to go to in Minnesota, and that's the Eel Pout Festival, and that's a very specific festival.
Is it nonsense from like the Midwest or something? Again, I swear to God, I don't know, but
Eel Pout Festival is like
no,
northern Minnesota.
No. I'm saying Katie Joy is from Minnesota. I don't think.
I have no idea where she fucking lives.
I don't know. I don't think it's Minnesota.
A lot of Minnesota you can't even live in. It's like tundra. Like Canada.
So Casey G asks, what is Menace's sobriety? I've never talked to Menace in my life. He's just Menace got fucked over because he had lied about the case when it came to the Non Sequitur show. He actually lied and he got called out for it because he had said that he had witnessed Kyle logging in to his bank account with his lawyer. Come to find out there was never a bank account, and the lawyer quit because Kyle had lied to her, and so she applied to withdraw from the case. But Minister of Variety thought it would be brilliant to back up Kyle by saying, "Oh yeah, I watched him and his lawyer do this." Come to find out that was a lie because he never had the account. We found out.
So, why are they doing this? Do they know how much danger they could potentially be putting themselves in?
Danger for whom? What danger?
For them. Why? Financially, federally, like.
How's that going to affect them? They don't give a shit. Government doesn't care. They lie. Big deal.
Eventually, the government starts to care when you annoy them enough.
Well, I don't think he's doing anything with the government. I'm just saying that Menace Sobriety lied to people on Twitter saying that he literally saw Kyle log into an account that he couldn't possibly have because Kyle actually forged documents and he post-dated the accounts to 2 months earlier that he didn't have them. So when Menace was saying that he's watched him log into her account, Kyle didn't have the account then. He had to literally forge the evidence to the court, which we had determined was forged, and we know it's forged now. So yeah, he just lost his mind after that. So everything. Again, I don't follow the Menace. I don't watch any of his videos.
Didn't said person beat up their boyfriend?
Kyle beat up his boyfriend. Yeah, he got arrested for simple assault.
Ugh.
And Menace was still supporting him. So Menace for some reason, I guess, doesn't give a shit that somebody beats up on their boyfriend. I mean, to him, it's no big deal. Yeah, he just kept lying about the case, and people were calling him out on it.
I don't like anyone hitting their partners.
Apparently, his whole Twitter is all about me. But again, I don't ever go to his Twitter, so I don't know. I
don't know. I told you my experience with him. I tried talking to him a little bit and saying like, "Oh, hey, you're like a guy I saw on like Drunken Peasants." And then he was just blowing smoke so hard up my ass, and I was like, "No, stop fucking lying to me!" Like, and I just gave up.
He got all the information wrong about the court case. He's like, "Oh, Kyle was improperly served," and yet the court determined that was wrong. That Kyle was properly served, as I said that he was. Right all along, I was like, Kyle was properly served. Here's the evidence. Here's the legal precedence for it. And you had Menace out there going, "Oh no, C fucked up. Kyle's gonna get off." Well, that found out wasn't true. Kyle now owes me $125,000.
Well, he's gonna get off, but not in the way that you think.
Well, I think he did when he beat up his boyfriend because
maybe he blew a load. You never know.
But here's the facts. Kyle owes me $125,000, and I am now just starting to find out how I could actually start collecting because I'm working my lawyer on that. But yeah, that's a win. I mean, Menace was wrong. Menace had said
big W.
Oh yeah, Kyle, he had said that Kyle was not served properly, that Kyle had the money. All that was lying. So yeah, I don't have anything to do.
I talked to him for 20 minutes on Facebook because I was like, "Who is this guy?" Oh, he's like this is when I was really new to YouTube.
He's off
and he was like a guy I saw on Drunken Peasants, and I was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And I tried to be nice to him, and he was just fucking lying to me for 20 minutes straight. I was like, "All right, you're full of shit." Like I've been a con man for decades. Like you can't blow smoke up my ass like that.
And by the way, April, don't think I haven't thought about that. Okay, I'm willing to give up 40% of what Kyle owes me in order to collect, and so I'm looking in all different aspects.
In Minecraft,
yeah, in Minecraft, yeah. No, I mean I'm going the legal route, but I mean it's saying that there are ways of working on that, but.
Yeah, we're gonna send John Foley through a trebuchet, in their direction in Minecraft. Sorry, John Foley, you're the rock that has to collide with Kyle.
But it's so funny because you have this nonsense talking about facts. I have all the facts. I won the court case. I literally have the fact that Kyle was served properly, that he had a confession of judgment, and he had some menace to sobriety the entire time, going, "Oh, he wasn't served properly." Well, that was clearly wrong.
Isn't he in like he's in like AA groups and like IOP and shit, right? Like I'm an alcoholic.
No, he was a convicted felony drug trafficker, and he smoked too much of his product.
Was it cocaine?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's just fucking
gross.
Yeah, no, his brain's shot. His brain's Swiss cheese. I mean, the dude gets every fucking fact wrong. Again, if nonsense really gave a shit about facts, why did not?
It's not even my favorite kind of cheese.
But I mean, seriously, dude, I have. Oh, okay, Zebulon. Like I said, I really don't care at this point. I'm willing to give it 40%. I'll if somebody collects something, I will give 40% where they collect. I'm going to do that with a lawyer anyway, so I might as well fucking do it with somebody who can make it get it done faster.
I only advocate any violence towards them if it's committed by minions from the Minions movie.
No, like I said,
because then it's funny.
I'm going the legal route. Okay, so people are like, "Oh, Steve's hiring a goon." No, I'm going the legal route, people.
No, I'm hiring at least a dozen minions, and they're going to annoy the shit out of everybody on the way there.
Yeah, Casey is right. They say, "I believe that nonsense is stuff to talk about." Well, since Molly lost her channel, apparently she's moving on to try to fabricate this fight with Uni again. I don't know if it's fabricated or not. I don't care. But
I mean,
it's like she is Uni though. How is she any different from Uni? Everything I've ever seen from this woman is
if you really not all of us want to be entertainers, or authoritative voices, but like you can just report on the news and you can make whole shows out of that. Like that's all you have to do. You don't have to concoct bullshit.
So again, why is she mentioning my name?
Well, I think I know why, but
come on,
just report on the news. Look at the news. Like crazy shit's happening all the time that you can just report on.
But there's there's hundreds of thousands of people on the internet. Okay, what is it about me that fucking people love my name?
I don't know. I guess your dick strength is so strong.
I got game or something.
I mean, wouldn't you just be able to garnish his wages to collect the funds over time?
No, you can't.
I mean, he's going to have to.
Can't garnish in North Carolina.
How can you not?
How much is there really to gather?
$125,000 right now.
I mean, yeah, $125,000. By the time he's earned that,
that's nothing.
Look, by the time Kyle has earned that kind of money on the street, he's gonna have an asshole like a yawning hippo. So, I mean, it's.
We're like I said, I'm exploring all legal options.
Oh, April thinks you're sexy. Thank you, April.
So Nonsense mentioned you control Aaron and Veda. Okay. Nonsense, if you ever do watch this, let me make this very clear to you. Nobody controls Aaron and Veda. Aaron does her own shit. I have no control over her whatsoever. Something she does that I may or may not agree with, but it's all above board. I mean, she just talks about some things that I just would never want to talk about, whereas people in her live chat that I would never want around. But she's always been completely honest and never goes in real life. And Veda just comes with the facts. Veda just shits on Nonsense, but she doesn't run anything by me. She just tells me, "Hey, Steve, I'm doing a video tonight. This is, this, and this." And I have to time I'm like, Veda, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. No offense to Veda. I don't know what Veda's talking about 90% of the time with Nonsense because I don't follow any of this.
This sounds like a nightmare.
It's weird.
How many times, Steve? How many times, Steve, on Facebook?
Go ahead.
How many times, Steve, have you and I on Facebook been get involved in a discussion and people go, "Hang on a minute, are you in?" John Foley, are you like an alt account for Steve McRae or something? I'm like, no, we have.
You're not the only one. They think Joe from Answers and Reasons in my alt account too.
Yeah, but I'm sort of like, no, we agree. Like two people agree and have the same position on this particular topic, and you disagree. And because you're finding the arguments that we're putting forward difficult to counter, and they're similar because they've got a similar epistemic foundation.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You think they're the same? I'm like, no, that's not how how it works.
You agree with me because of your own background. That's nothing to do with anything else. But like I said, I don't know what Veda's talking about 95% of the time. Ask her seriously. She sends me all this stuff. I'm like, Veda, I don't know who these fucking people are.
That sounds like an exercise in frustration for me. I'm not the most patient person.
Let me ask you: if I controlled Aaron and Veda, why the fuck would I have them talking about nonsense? I don't know who this person is.
I mean, I'm more not frustrated. I'm more interested right now in John. What is is that Welsh or Yorkshire?
What, my accent?
Yes.
I am a Midlander, born and raised. So we have accents because everybody has an accent, but it's not north, south, east, or west. I live in a county called Warwickshire. It's exactly, there is literally a tree a few hundred yards from my house, which is the exact center of the United Kingdom.
Oh, son of a bitch! You guys are all over the place.
Yeah, there's a tree with a big plaque on it, and where I live, you are never more or less than 70 miles away from the ocean. We're slap bang in the middle.
I have a lot of British friends, and I was waiting for like an hour to ask that.
John, are you just getting up, or you haven't gone to bed yet?
No, it's 20 to 8 in the morning. I'm gonna have to got about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to start moving for work. Really.
No, so you're getting up. You're getting up.
Yeah, well, we had yesterday was a bank holiday in the UK, so I had yesterday off. It was my niece's first birthday, so I had that to do yesterday. Yeah,
I work tomorrow, but I guess
did you buy her something nice?
We got her a card with money in, so what every 1-year-old appreciates.
Wait,
Honestly,
money is the best present ever.
look, I mean, with I've got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, and every Christmas, every birthday, I asked all of the grandparents like last Christmas, look, we appreciate the gesture, but can you please sort of stop buying them all of this plastic crap, because we literally have nowhere to store it. So the entire family en masse, instead of buying like plastic Fisher Price presents, decided that they were going to respond.
Money.
Well, they decided they were going to respond by buying wood presents instead. So
that's not a bad idea.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the quality of toy was much better, and I'd much rather the kids put sort of like a painted piece of wood in their mouth than some sort of PET infused infused plastic.
We're all a bunch of old fucks. We all have kids here.
Yeah. You sort of like sat there tweaking in the corner, go, I played with toys covered in lead paint, didn't do me no harm.
You don't sound Welsh. I've heard the Welsh accent. You don't sound Welsh at all.
No, definitely not Welsh.
I don't fucking know. I was raised on like pirates. Like that's how the English talk.
Welsh is really hard to understand. If you go watch that Doctor Who spinoff called Torchwood, there was a Welsh actress in that, and it was very hard to understand her.
There's a guy I follow on YouTube. He does like surveys of new build homes, and what happens I don't know if it's the same in the States, but in the UK, when a new housing estate's being built, you can buy houses what's called off plan, so that you buy the house based on the plans, and then the housing company comes in and builds it for you. And this guy's job is to go in and inspect the property as a third party and make sure that it's all conforms to code.
Does he just show up and he's like, it's like
it's brilliant. He's a Welsh guy, and he turns up and he goes, I don't know what they were thinking of here, but this newel post is out of plumb. I didn't even have enough packers. Look, this fence post, it's out of plumb by a rock. This one's.
I read Anthony Burgess books, and like some of the stuff that you hear that comes out of the Celtic Scots and like stuff like that. It's unintelligible. My ex thought that Scottish people didn't speak English until I told her.
April, it's Creaky Blinder. Right, Creaky Binder. That's his name, actually, isn't it? Or Blind? Is it Blinder? Or Binder.
What do you mean, Peaky Blinder? The gang?
No. I just went to his page. Creaky Blinder. That's So it's Creaky Blinder as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see what they're doing there.
Yeah, Creaky is very hard to understand. Yeah, I know. I know Creaky Blinder.
But in answer to your question, my ancestry is Irish. So my granddad on my dad's side was an orphan from Ireland, and he migrated to the UK in his teens. And there's some his wife was sort of who we married in the UK is half Irish. So like my dad was sort of like 3/4 Irish, so I'm somewhere between a third and 50% Irish by ancestry, but I've born and raised in the UK, never been there. Particularly have an interest in the in the Ireland England discussion. If you ask me what my nationality is or where my loyalties lie, I'm a Brit, specifically English.
Oh no, yeah, thank you for answering my questions. That's all I really want to know.
America.
Well, North Irish,
beers and dogs. That's what we have.
A French chevalier by descendants. All warriors.
I'm gonna leave this one up here. Nonsense mentioned you because you control Aaron and Vader. I think that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. I'm just gonna leave that on there. I think. Are you able to make it in KCG? By the way, hi Peter Harrington. Peter Harrington's out there. Yeah, Peter.
Is Peter like a penis?
I can't say the P word here.
Oh my.
We look. Men don't really say the word penis. Okay, let's talk about biology. Okay, we say dick, we say cock, we say schlong. I don't know, but yeah, nobody.
You know the name of my server, right?
Schlong.
I
Sure, let's go with that.
I just thought mine impressive or borderline unmanageable. So.
Well, that was the running joke because Katie Joy had said that I said the word penis and that was sexually harassing. I was like, why would I go around talking about penis? That's just
How dare you refer to a thing that actually exists?
The only time again would be biology class, but I'm like, holy shit! You're trying to like seduce a woman. You say the word penis, you ain't getting laid.
I mean, if you're fucking like windmilling it around like a psychopath in front of her, that's like different.
No, she just said that I somehow said the word. I'm like, no, I first of all, I didn't. And if I did, why would that be sexual harassment? But it was the weirdest thing because, like I said, I never said it.
If you were waving your dick around in front of somebody, that would be like the biggest thing on the news. It would you're not even that big. But like they'd be like, oh, look at this fucking pervert.
That's what the news story would be. It would be on the front page of some tabloid, and it would be sex cult leader loses hair loss.
Oh, you bastard!
At least if I had a sex cult, I'd be actually talking about sex. I mean, this was like before that was even happening. This was like way before the whole Steve runs a sex cult bullshit.
I mean, at least it would be your final joke. It would at least be a little funny.
I've ran with that shit for years now with the whole sex cult thing. I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm not suggesting you do that, by the way.
That's not my Twitter. That's not my Twitter. I think that's hilarious. I'm like, I run a sex cult. That's cool as shit. How is that bad to me?
Oh yeah. One of my favorite things that I saw from the old DP. No, it wasn't even the old DP. It was the old Amazing Atheist. I don't care how you guys feel about him.
TJ Kirk.
When he reached 2 million subs, and he was like, "Wow!" Like he released, like it was almost like a pro wrestling promo video, where he was like, "Wow, 2 million subs, 2 million sexual submissives, 2 million Subway sandwiches." And I was like, "Yes, these are both things that I would want in your place."
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. I never followed TJ Kurt. I never really.
I did. That was kind of like my introduction to YouTube, honestly. It was just really funny that he conflated it to Subway sandwiches.
I just think it's weird that
people sexual servants.
I just weird for people like him get that many subs, but it's just like I don't care. I'm never going to be a big YouTuber. I know what I want.
He was earning $180,000 a year. Prime time.
And look, more power to those people. I don't want to be one of them.
Absolutely. It's not for me either. But
I barely have a following as it is, and I still have this bitch out there mentioning my name as if somehow there's powers attached to it, like I'm controlling people like Aaron and Veda. I mean, sure, I would love to be able to have that kind of control over people. Who wouldn't? I have a sex cult, and I just tell women what to do. I mean, that's or even men. I don't care.
God damn! Why aren't you letting me in on the sex cult, man? Why are you holding out?
Here's the weirdest thing. Why is she giving me power that I don't even have? Why is it she's making me out to be this person that I mean, it'd be kind of cool in some ways, but nobody listens to fucking me. I have no troll army. I heard that the other night. It's like, oh yeah, Steve has a troll army. I'm like, of whom? Anybody? Name one person who's in my troll army, because I don't know anybody that's in my troll army. I'm sorry.
Your biggest troll is clearly John Foley, who comes from.
Well, he's just me on another account. Yeah, he's just John's me. We're just the same person. I just do a British accent really badly.
There is nothing wrong with my British accent. Damn it!
Oh no, Cano can talk about sex around me. I just don't. The problem is I just don't want to hear it. She's my family. She do her own thing. I'm very. Believe it or not, I'm actually really reserved. I'm shy when it comes to this stuff. The women I date are more I don't know, reserved kind of stuff. But yeah, she's a little more outgoing. She's like, I guess, pan or omnisexual, I would call it. Are you pansexual?
Yes.
Yeah, she's pansexual, right? And I'm like, I don't know. What the hell
Yeah, I can hear her.
you know? And so she talks about all kinds of shit that I was like, oh, you know what? I even in my best day, my Navy days, I wouldn't even know what the hell this stuff meant. Yeah. So
I think I'm pretty like vanilla.
I'm cool with that. I'm just, and so it's so funny when people say I'm a sex.
Which is weird because like almost all of my friends are like LGBTQ people or like minorities. So like I'm like the vanilla dude in the crowd.
Yeah, no, look, I'm teach his own, man. Fly your freak flag, Brett. But I just generally don't get into that with
lesbian seagull.
If a girl happens to be bi, that's fine. If she's not, that's fine too. I mean, I'm eclectic, but
I don't give a shit. Like, why would anyone else's genitals have anything to do with me? That's the way I think of it.
Look, I think it's this: as long as you're a grown adult, do what the hell two consenting adults want to do. I couldn't care less. I really don't. I don't want people to look. Why would people judge me for who I date? As long as they're of age, and by the way, to me, of age is 35 and above. But that's just personally for me. I just can't imagine dating anybody less than 35. But whatever. I think women.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Just like for me though, as well. Like where like anyone younger than that, it's like I don't. I wouldn't know how to connect with them.
Yeah, it's I mean, sure. I mean, women in the late 20s very attractive and stuff like that. But as far as like going out with them, it would be of interest to me. So 35 to 45.
Hey, you want to talk about TikTok? No, I want to talk about fucking TikTok.
Yeah, we have nothing in common. So when I talk about age appropriate, to me 35 and above is age appropriate. I don't think that's too young. Although I get mocked for that. It's like
it's not even like an appropriation thing. It's more just like what are you comfortable with? Because like I'm sure there are guys about our age that can date like younger women or whatever, but like it's not for everybody.
I'd be bored.
Or guys who want to date younger guys or women who want to date younger guys, but like that's not. That ain't in the cards for us.
Yeah, I don't begrudge them. I couldn't care less. I mean, it just young girls. Like, and when I say young, I mean like late 20s, early 30s. They do like older men sometimes. I mean, I've been hit on by women in their early 20s, or mid 20s at least. But it's just not my thing. It's just not of interest to me.
My wife says to me all the time that she thinks how men and women age is distinctly unfair.
Men age better.
Yeah.
That's true. No, and it is a shame.
At least women get to live about 3 years longer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Men age better, but women live longer. So I guess it's an offset.
Yeah. Well,
because they drive men to death earlier.
I think that's a natural cardiovascular cycle that like kind of drives men into the grave like a little bit earlier, not by much.
Well, let me ask you this, because this came up on Aaron's channel. For example, like when they mention my name, they say, "Oh, Steve's a sexual predator." I'm like, what? Explain to me this weird narrative that I go around to hotel. This was a true story that people have saying. I'm not even bullshitting about
hotels.
They were saying. No, I swear to God, dude. They were saying that I was going around to atheist conventions. I'm not even atheist. They were going around to atheist conventions, going to hotel lobbies and talking philosophy with women in order to try to seduce them. And I'm thinking, dude, philosophy is not a panty dropper. Just to put it out there. I never been to a philosophy. Do
you think they might have been mixing you up with other people?
No. I guarantee this. They're talking about me. And like
why?
I said, I only date women like 35 and above. So I don't know where this sexual predation, what's it called? Predation comes from. Who am I? I would like to know, please, audience. Who am I being a sexual predator to? Give me a name. I would love to know this.
Like the way you described it, it sounds like they're like confusing you with like other people.
No. This is the narrative that this has been run. That Steve McRae goes to atheist conventions to pick up women by talking philosophy with them to be a sexual predator. Really?
Steve McRae, the Jeffrey Epstein of our time.
Philosophy, the Jeffrey Epstein of philosophy. Yeah, no, but I'm being dead serious. This is literally what
you don't do anything. You fucking work. You can barely get out of your house.
I you know what's so funny is I just found out I had 5 sick days that I never took from last year. I was like, shit, I could take 5 days off and not care.
Fucking take that shit.
But it's weird because I swear to God, I'm like heard this the other day. I'm like, who the fuck are they talking about? Who are they talking about that I am some kind of sexual predator toward?
I'm like I'm going through this cyclical cycle where I'm constantly insulted by the idea of somebody doing this for no reason to somebody.
Well, that's why I call it out because
when there's people who are really hurt all the time.
It's so sick because there's actual sexual predators out there. And for them to
try
to
they're fingering your fucking kids, and you have these fucking assholes distracting cops.
I went after the Catholic Church years ago because of the fact they're moving pedophilic priests around, and yet they're trying to relate me somehow to sexual predation of 35-year-olds. I have a rule: I really don't go out with anybody unless they have interest in me first, right? They hit on me.
Oh yeah, no, you don't need to reiterate. I trust you.
I don't have the time or the inclination to chase after anybody. So if somebody asks me out, then I'll decide whether I want to go out with them or not. And they have to show interest in me first nowadays. I just don't have the interest. I'm making light of it, but at the same token, it's pretty serious when people are throwing around these accusations. And yet they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. This is why I can talk about it because I know this is bullshit.
I understand. I get the feeling that you think they're watching right now, which they probably are.
They don't watch me.
Yeah, but
I just think it's.
I wouldn't worry about it because I've never heard about you hurting anybody.
This was last night. I was literally listening to this last night going, what the fuck is going on here?
They're full of shit. So I honestly I've had fun talking shit about you guys with cupcakes and stuff like that. But I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think they can't hurt you. They can't do anything at this point.
No, I think you misunderstand. I couldn't give a flying fuck because everybody knows they're full of shit. But what bothers me is there are actual people out there causing harm, and what it does is it minimizes those situations. It re-victimizes actual victims of these things.
It absolutely does, but the premise itself, on the face of it, is ridiculous. I mean, let's for argument's sake that you did turn up to an atheist conference and you managed somehow to get some, let's say, 35 for the sake of
Is there such thing as an atheist conference? I've never heard of one.
Yeah, the Faithless Forum, but I didn't go to that. Kyle did. It's so funny. I didn't even go to that. Kyle did.
Let's say, for argument's sake, that you turn up to one of these conferences and you manage to convince I'll use the word young lady just for the sake of politeness, and you manage to convince a young lady to go to bed with you because you start prattling on about the ontology of multiple orgasms in women or something.
Hey, now.
Not even my best day do I think that could be something that happens.
But that would be
my life doesn't work that way.
That would be impressive, and I would love for you to regale me of the tale of it.
I would like to regale myself of that tale. I'd like to know how that turns out.
It doesn't even come close to the threshold of abuse. Even in abuse is rocking up to a theistic conference and telling kids that if they don't do as you tell them, that they're going to go to hell. That's abuse.
Yes, I think so. But it's so funny because, again, I live with a woman that I've known for 15 years. She knows the girls, around. The last time I went out, was it not my ex-girlfriend that called me?
Yeah, she called.
Yeah, it was one of my exes that wanted to go out. Again, I don't need to hit on anybody. I if they want to go out with me or an ex calls me up, I'm happy to go out with them. And we went out and we did have fun, by the way. We had a great time, actually.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, but she's like, oh my God, how was she? Like, I don't know how. This had to be. She's got to be like.
Where'd you guys go? Would you get Mexican, Chinese?
No. We went to the. There's a bar around here that I've went.
China Mexican.
No. There's a bar I went to since '93, And so I know a lot of people there. So her and I went there.
So it's like a steak place.
No, just a bar.
If you don't mind me asking, what are the ages of everybody in the room at the moment? Because I'm 38.
I'm
Uh,
I'm 53. Kano's 50. Are you 50?
I'm 34.
Yeah, she just turned 50. So
You got some city miles on you, boy, if you're 34.
I know. I'm
You know,
34. I'm 34, but I look 52.
I am 53, but I don't have a single wrinkle in my hand. I'm more comfortable now about myself than I think I ever
You
have.
son of a bitch.
I don't have any wrinkles. No. Do I have any wrinkles on my hand? No. I am wrinkle fucking free, and I'm
This guy lotioned well.
Yeah, I aged okay, and I'm happy with it. Like I said, I'm comfortable. You know, what's so funny is they try to tear me down, but I'm so comfortable. I'm so comfortable myself now that I have more so than I have been in a very, very long time. And they can't stand that for some reason. They really can't stand that I'm doing really, really well. I'm happy. You know, like I said, I just got a promotion not too long ago. Some women that
I'm gonna drum up nonsense against you for
do that. Yes.
What did she even say?
I don't know. She thinks I'm weird. She honestly thinks I run a sex cult and I'm some kind of sexual.
Steve fisted me.
Kano's laughing over here. No, do not laugh. Did I give permission to laugh?
Don't laugh. Don't laugh about the fisting.
I would make a good sex cult leader.
Someone's gonna. Did I give you?
I can't pick out the robes right. I can't.
We need to gather better satanic robes for our rituals.
I'd be cool with that. Like I said, I do. This is no joke. If I had to pick a religion,
I'd like satanic robes. It'd be fun.
I dig Satanism. I think the Satanic Temple makes some good points. I like the 7 tenets of Satanism.
I have a friend who's a pastor of the Satanic Temple.
I love the ontology. You know
it's just fun. It's just people having fun.
Right. And you know what's so funny is I was at work and one of the guys there we were talking about this subject and I said I tend to Satanism. He's like, oh, that's cool. I got a friend who's Satanist, man. They're rad, man. I'm like, awesome. Yeah. I mean, like when we talk about ghosts and
it's like people who hang out and like sometimes they do drugs here and there, and sometimes a bunch of them fuck. And it's like there's nothing wrong with it.
Adults. Well, it's so funny because you know Kano's Christian. She knows I tend to Satanism, but yet we get along fantastic. We don't care. I'm into dark stuff. She did, yeah. Okay, that's true. She's a Christian, but she has some dark tendencies. I mean, like witchcraft stuff. And I don't see, but I'm a naturalist when it comes to that. I don't believe in like witchcraft. I don't think it's real. She does. But again,
hey, that's fine. Everyone can have their own beliefs.
Yeah, live and let live, right? I don't care. If she's happy, I'm happy. If she's happy doing it, knock herself out. I just want her to put some
for me, Satanism honestly is all about the fuck.
I just want to be safe.
We're getting shit done. We're all getting on the floor.
But if the bitch knows how to do some things that could cause some harm, I just want to be safe, you know. Because I don't. Kano's dark. You don't get it, man. She's dark. I don't take any chances. Just okay. I'm
don't cast a spell on me.
Right, exactly. Just on the safe side, right? Just I don't piss her off. Okay. It's the case.
I will choose not to.
Yeah.
One of my first friends was a Wiccan, and she said that her and her friends did like magic and stuff like that. She ended up she's now become like an accountant and she works for KPMG. Mm-hmm. So she used to do smells to make like ghosts and stuff disappear, and now she does a different kind of magic which makes taxable income disappear. So
that's an accountant. Yeah.
Is like scent stuff, like incense?
I don't know. I never used to get involved. I've been sort of I stopped myself from falling off of the skeptical knife edge into the cynical knife edge since I don't know, I was about 4. So I didn't get.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with God of Scummer. We're gonna go to Atheist Convention. We're gonna preach Graham Oppie, the word of Graham Oppie. Yeah, I could do that. I love Graham Oppie. That dude is brilliant. But yeah,
one thing that I've been pondering that I think I could gather some cash for is the first official atheist cathedral in North Andover, Massachusetts. which is the first city in the United States to erect a Catholic church. I want to put it right next to their fucking church and see what happens.
There's atheist churches. The Satanic Temple is an atheist church.
No, this would be special though.
Yeah.
That's the first Catholic church in the United States, where all my fucking friends got like fingered by priests and shit.
Would it have been the United States when the Catholic Church was built? Or would it have been put there? Would the Catholic Church have been there essentially before the United States? Is what I'm getting at.
It was the first in the United States.
Oh, and Kimimaki, if it's not in a creepy way, then why bother? You got to. When it comes to April, man, it's got to be at least a little creepy. Trust me on this.
I think I used to rail hard against religion.
I don't know, like where this is going.
I'm not an anti-theist. I'm not an anti-religion. I mean, honestly, I'm comfortable with somebody who uses religion to find solace and believe what they want to believe. I really am. It's I don't like them encroaching on other people's beliefs. I don't like people promoting religion in secular society and in education. That's what bothers me more than anything else. But as far as
there's sects of all of them that don't encroach on people like that.
Yeah, as long as I'm encroaching and I'm not dealing kids, I don't give a shit. But when you have 5,000,
that's where we draw the hard line.
I know it called me crazy when you have 4,000 priests doing something to kids. I mean, maybe you should they
figured a kid here and there. It's like, no, it's like, how about you just like stay in your robes and hang out in your house that they paid for.
Rafi, when they talk about systemic, I'm sorry, but the Catholic Church to me is systemic when it comes to that. That's systemic. It's ingrained in the system.
You can't make.
I told you they raped some of my friends.
But here's the thing: I got shit on for saying that years ago. Oh my God, I had people coming after me left and right for calling out the Catholic Church for dealing kids. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're shitting on me for
everybody knew.
I wasn't even saying religion is wrong. I'm not saying even get rid of the Catholic Church. I was arguing that it's a bad thing that the Catholic Church is moving these priests around and they're covering it up, and it seems to be ingrained in their ideology. That was what I was saying, and yet, oh my God, did I have people come after me?
Hold on. Everyone get their rosaries.
They would castrate kids, in order for them to maintain to be eunuchs so they can sing higher. I mean, this is systemic.
There are different aspects of all dogmas that end up being subject to abuse because it provides a degree of power, doesn't it? I mean, you've got sort of the legal age of marriage in some but not all Islamic countries and the Islamic religion. Then you've got the attitude towards altar boys being recreational items for priests to use, and then after they get discovered and the people in the diocese get really fucking angry, the upper institution of the church decides to move them to a different jurisdiction.
Yeah, but it's not until people call it out. It wasn't until people got upset. Oh, we need to move them along now.
But then
I didn't even understand how it happened, really. Maybe just because I have less of an urge to fuck children than they do. I don't get it. How did it happen?
Because you have these pedophilic priests that aren't allowed to marry, and then probably most of them, are sexual deviants to begin with, and so probably someone want to fuck boys, but they can't be honest about it.
Well, look,
I don't care they're gay. Here's the thing: I don't care that they're gay, but the fact they're letting them around children that are supposedly looking at these people as
that's where the problem started.
Yeah, because it's grooming, it's indoctrination. And so
they take advantage of old people too.
Absolutely. But if I could imagine somebody. Look, I went to Boy Scouts, right? And luckily, I was ugly, and so my Boy Scout leader wasn't attracted to me. I never had an issue, right? I never had an issue in Boy Scouts, but I could imagine what it would have been like to be horrifically abused by a Boy Scout leader because you put trust in them, right? Luckily, I wasn't, but I could see how at that age. you could be manipulated by somebody. Unfortunately, you know. And Kawasa for 10,001 says the current pope does legit seem to be trying to reform shit though, and maybe I don't know. I don't know anything about the current pope.
Absolutely.
But I do have somebody who joined us just recently that can maybe shed some light on this. So, Aaron, I have a question for you.
Sure. What's up?
So I started this stream with a love letter to nonsense on the web because she seems to want my attention. And you know, one of those letters where you send to somebody who say you like me, yes or no. Well, I'm putting no, and I basically responded to her. I don't know who she is or why she even has an interest in me, and why is she talking about me? I watched your thing last night. And you know I did, or at least half of it.
Dude, it's because the dick game's so strong.
I don't think I'm all that. I just don't. I mean, I know Katie thinks I'm a narcissist, but it doesn't really work that way. I don't think I'm all that.
I know.
But Aaron, why is this person talking about me? And by the way, I found out this. She thinks that I control you. Yeah. She thinks I control you. Wrap your head around that.
Whatever you say, Steve.
Yes, ma'am. yes, dear. No, I just found this out. I'm like legit. I'm how in the world, in any reality possible world, do somebody think that I would control you? You do your own shit. You literally do. I find out after the fact. But I mean, we have never sat there and go, oh, you know, I want you to do this for me. I want you that for me. This. No, it's just organic.
We never asked that of each other ever. I mean, we barely even like scheme or anything on anything. Like we barely even plan on like what
we have no planning. We suck at planning. We do. We can't scheme on shit. Yeah. It's like we literally when we go live, it's like, hey, you want to go live? Oh, sure, let's go live 5 minutes before. Yeah, but so. Again, I really want to know why is nonsense talking about me? I'm being serious here. Why is she mentioning my name? I don't get it.
Okay, so my whole theory is like, I think I know that this sounds stupid, but I think a lot of it kind of comes back to Katie Joy in a sense. And like, I think about it, just think about over the past like couple years, like since the end of 2020. Anyway, yeah, since the end of 2020. Think about all the shit Unirock and Katie have tried to blame on you.
Everything.
Exactly.
I mean, exactly. I caused the pandemic. I caused the World Trade Center to collapse.
Well, I mean, you abused her son. You're the cause of the Facebook group. You're the cause of the subreddit. You're the cause of everything that's ever happened to her. You were the cause of Natalie, and she literally tried to lie. She did frame you for that.
She did say that I somehow brought Natalie.
You didn't do any of that.
No shit. No, shocker. Yeah, but Katie Joy literally was trying to convince people that I somehow.
I'm not a huge like follower of any of this shit, but like you didn't do any of that at all.
Everybody knows that except for nonsense, apparently.
I guess.
But yeah, it's right though. Katie Joy went out of her way to try to accuse me of all that shit.
Yeah, and Unirock was right there along with her doing it. So I mean, I think it was the two of them, and I think that, I don't know when or I don't know, like somewhere along the lines or whatever. After Molly was kicked off of YouTube, I don't know, maybe they felt emboldened, maybe whatever, maybe they were bored, maybe they wanted to just see how far they could push things. But I think now they're coming for you. I think that's the whole point of her coming for LB. It was to open the door on what happened in 2019 so they could start talking about you and then they could come for you.
To what accomplishment?
Really? Couldn't they go for like Joe Rogan or someone who's actually going to give him some clout?
I have said from the original that when Nonsense came on the scene, I knew that Nonsense was not Katie Joy. The voice was not the same.
That's the thing, though. I mean, like, they've been so obsessed, like Unirock especially has been like so obsessed with like just trying to fucking destroy you or ruin any enjoyment you get out of life, basically, especially online. You know, and Katie's right there along with.
How dare you enjoy your life?
I get no enjoyment online. I get nothing, man. No, the only seriously, I hate to say this because I'm gonna blow smoke up your ass here, Aaron. But the only enjoyment I get is shit like watching funny shit that I enjoy, like the entitlement translator shit. I find that entertaining. What's wrong with that? It's good. It's good content. I watched First Amendment auditor videos and the frauditor videos and them going back and forth. I watched like James Freeman.
I have to admit I'm a basic bitch, and I really get a lot of joy out of fail videos. I watch a lot of those
What kind of videos?
fail videos.
Phil?
People failing at things that you
Fail
think they
videos.
would be
Oh,
able to.
yeah.
Yeah.
People make videos of themselves failing at shit.
I like the instant karma.
They don't intend to initially.
I like the karma videos, like the instant justice karma videos, or I like the fight videos where somebody, like, as a bully, steps up to somebody, get his ass beat. I like those videos. Those are good.
Oh boy. I'm a felon. I can show you a whole bunch of those.
The shit when, like, some robber robs a store and they get their ass beat or shot. I'm okay with that.
Or shot.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it. Look,
I don't like it. I don't like people getting shot with guns.
I have so much sympathy for an innocent that, like, for example, like just recently, people have gone to, like, the wrong door and hit the doorbell and they got shot for it. I mean, that just it boggles my mind. My heart goes out to those people. But if you're an idiot who has a firearm and you go into a store to try to rob them and just 4 cops them there that mag dump in your ass, yeah, I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
I'm really afraid of people who aren't trained to use firearms because, like, a lot of the time they will hurt themselves, or they will hurt a family member, will destroy some of their own property.
No, dude. Everybody who owns a firearm, you have to go through a firearm safety class to be
safe.
Yeah,
you have to go through like 2 weeks. There's like I don't trust you owning any kind of firearm unless you've gone through 2 weeks to show you what it is.
I was shooting
a
with the
9mm, a 22, and I attempted to fire a Desert Eagle 50 caliber.
Jesus Christ!
And I've never once taken a single fucking minute of gun safety courses.
Damn.
You probably should.
Yeah, no,
you're so likely to literally shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
If you're not trained.
Yeah,
that's not even just a saying.
Yeah. No, did you guys see that video of that poor, like, 9-year-old kid from a few years back?
The
kid that swung
with the automatic.
He swung an Uzi around his head and it didn't turn out well.
Well, you talked about the kid that was with the instructor and the weapon was too much and had to kick back and kill the instructor.
He didn't know how to handle it and flip around. It was really bad.
Yeah, when you're teaching somebody to shoot like that, you should only have one in the chamber or be a semi-automatic, not a fully automatic weapon. But even still, you need to know the limits of what you're able to. Like, for example,
for a kid that age, you shouldn't even load it.
The first time I ever fired a shotgun, I made the cardinal mistake, but not having a buttress against my shoulder properly. Never do that again, right? You learn, but at least I was firing in the right direction. But yeah,
that's like so different for an 8-year-old though.
Oh yeah, but look at Aaron. Aaron could fire.
Look at man, Ralphie shot his eye out. So I mean,
with a Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah.
But you could fire a 22 and there'd be no recoil. 9mm and even not much. But you get a Desert Eagle, you get a 45, you get a high grain weapon. Yeah, sorry, that's going to kick back like a motherfucker, man. You're not. No offense to you, but you're probably not going to have the grip strength.
I like that scrawny lady that smacked herself on the face with a Desert Eagle. That was fun.
But anyways, go back to the topic. So again, why is Nonsense talking about me again? I don't want to be about me, but I'm just about me.
They still got the hate boner. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's more of a why. It's not hate. I don't hate Nonsense. I don't know her. I don't give a shit. I just want to know what she's talking about me. Talk about Aaron.
I guess they care.
Why does she talk?
This might get interesting.
But why? I'm not even around. And she's bringing up stuff from 2019, which Aaron didn't listen to the beginning of this, but as she had mentioned in her video last night, it deals with other people that I don't want to bring up old trauma to them. It's not about me. I couldn't give a flying fuck. But there's, and Aaron knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's trauma involved with certain people that I promised that I wouldn't discuss it anymore out of respect for somebody that I care about.
You're going to get your flying monkeys image fired back at you here. The claim is going to be that since you control these people, you've deployed them against other people, and therefore that's why they're talking about you.
Aaron was the one to talk about it first, so I'm her flying monkey.
Yeah,
It's like that's like the oldest meme. I can't believe people keep using that.
if I was one of Steve's flying monkeys, I think that he would have me making much better decisions than I've been making on who I fuck with.
It's legit, dude. No, I mean, like I said, I told people that, look, last night, you had some people around in your live chat that I wanted to be around, but I never like, oh, you can't have those people around. I'm like, okay, you do you. I mean, you're very sympathetic about it. You completely understand. And that's the kind of relationship we have. It's like you do what you want on your channel. And why would I even think that I have any right to tell you how to fucking do anything or who you can talk to or control you? You'd be like, fuck off.
No one should ever be able.
I would lose respect for Erin if she didn't. No offense. It'd be like, are you kidding me? I don't want her to like be a yes person. I don't need that in my life.
I mean, you need to be careful with. You can offer like polite suggestions. I mean, don't hold it like that. That's too fast. Or can you tickle a little bit lower down, please? Or that sort of stuff's fine. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. If Aaron gives me advice and stuff like that, I mean, certainly, we can listen to each other's advice. I mean, I've told her many times, hey, shitty people around your channel just cause drama. I don't want to be around that, but but no, I don't get this. It's weird when people say like I control Aaron or Veda. It's like, first of all, Veda's even worse to try to control. Hell no. She's a loose cannon when it comes to that. And I love her to death, but why would I try to, what am I supposed to say to Veda to control her? I'm like, do whatever you do. I don't fucking understand 90% of it. I don't watch 3 hours worth of videos. I
don't get like, what would be the whole point? Like, I mean, okay. What would be let's say, just for the sake of argument here, okay? Let's say that you do control like a small group of content creators or whatever. Okay. How is it? How are you in it? Yeah, sure. Look, we'll say
I like the way this is going. This is good.
Okay. But I mean, like, what would be the whole point of that? Like, what do they think your goal is? Like, what are you doing to achieve these goals? Like, no, seriously. Like, what am I doing to give people the impression that I am doing your bidding?
No,
you know what I mean?
Clue.
And what is this bidding? And what is the end goal of this bidding?
What are we going to do today, Brain? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Trying to take over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
World domination. Exactly.
That's all right.
No, I wish I had an answer to that because I have no freaking idea.
Right. Well, that's my whole point. Like, what do they think your fucking goal is? Like, what's the point? Like,
so you're assumed to be some ward of Steve.
Yeah, I guess she's like my henchman. No, I don't know what they call you.
She's your physician,
sister wife. Simp.
Oh yeah, sister wife. That's right, sister wife. Yeah.
To be honest with you, even if Steve did manage to take over the entire world,
so creepy when you say it out loud.
If Steve managed to take over the entire world, he'd be going, I have achieved intergalactic domination. I now have two things for you. The philosophical definition of atheism. Now everybody else, do what you like.
Yeah, that's it. That's my whole thing. That's all I do on the internet anymore.
Yeah, and not for nothing. If you control me, then I'd probably be out in the internet like talking philosophy.
Which you hate, which I know you hate. And like I said, I don't watch the shit dealing with nonsense that much. It just happened last night. I happened to tune in.
Yeah, she was, dude. This stream, the stream I was commentating at, like, she was like,
it was weird.
It's very weird. She's like she's losing her shit. I don't know, man. I don't even know if she's ever had her shit. I don't know. She's been maniacal.
Yeah, I was gonna say losing your shit. It's like, no, they've been slipping off a cliff for a while now.
Yeah.
But let me run this by you again. Arguendo. When I have
I don't even know them, and I can gather that.
When I have facts, This is not factual. This is just arguendo. But we already know that Unirock does fabricate drama. What makes you think that this beef isn't some kind of like manufactured bullshit?
Yeah, I heard
it might be a construct.
But here's the thing, though.
I don't know. I really have no idea, but I mean, I don't care.
Right.
There's two sides of the same coin.
What would the point be? I mean, maybe it is. I don't care if it is or not. To be honest with you, because
me and Steve discussed it, I think, an hour ago. The point is, you have to create these constructs where there's no content. So you have to pretend that something's happening.
Right. Yeah, you're creating drama. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. No, she's creating drama.
Like drama is like one aspect of content, but it's like if you do like a news show, like last week's night, or like
what is her main content? Bitching about Molly.
It's kind of just
No, this was a one. I'm hoping this was a one-off. I don't see why she would be talking about me.
No, she's been talking about you for about 2 weeks.
That's
now.
what Veda told.
Not steadily.
Like if you want to do that kind of shit, and I'm not advocating for it for anybody. Like fuck with like Joe Rogan or someone like that. Yeah, there's people that are easy to poke at.
Why me, Aaron?
Why Joe Rogan? Why you ragging on my name there?
I like Joe Rogan.
Oh no way! I do like Joe Rogan for a lot of stuff. I'm just saying, like, as far as someone who's put out so much content, he's easy to like, try and pick at.
I honestly, I'm just teasing you. I just think he's hot. I don't really care.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy.
I can't argue against that.
If nonsense wants content, right? Because the whole Molly Golightly thing is drying up because she's milked that to no fucking end, and that drama, and she's traumatized the entire family. On that.
She pushed it too far, and now she's
she seems to be okay with that. That was her end goal. Whatever.
No, I don't think she does. I don't think she's okay.
Maybe again, you might be right. I have no idea. All I know is that I
think she's putting on a good face or putting on a good front.
Yeah, she went after Molly Golightly, and the end result was they finally got to her. But she's moving on to other targets now. If she's moving on to like Unirock,
where's she going now?
Well, obviously to Unirock, myself, Aaron, Veda, maybe even Katie Joy a little bit. I don't know, but she's picking somebody else. But as you had mentioned, Aaron, she's supposedly had mentioned my name a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still at a loss as to why she literally knows nothing about me.
You have such a generic name too that it's like you could just fake it as being somebody else.
I know she's talking about me because she brings up things that happen.
No, she's talking about you, but I mean, like, it wouldn't really matter.
See,
I'm not arguing it. Like, obviously, she's doing something bad.
I look at it this way, like, because I saw something that I'm guessing Veda is questioning whether or not their falling out is genuine or not, and I don't know, maybe she's right. I don't really care. But here's the thing.
Is she? Because I
don't know. Here's the thing, though. It doesn't matter. Because, like, regardless of whether they're putting on a show or they really are fucking starting to hate each other, it's not going to change anything I say or do, or it's not going to change how I react to anything that comes my way. So it's not going to that. It doesn't matter. It's not going to
me either.
Trick me or manipulate me into suddenly be doing something shitty or whatever. So I don't give a shit. Like, so I'm kind of wondering, but I mean, they are stupid enough though to put on to do something like that, thinking that they're going to, I don't know, pulling over people.
We're gonna have to see. They know about all of us now. I mean, like, they can deal with DOD legislation if they want for me, but like, I don't know how it's gonna be for the rest of you. YouTube will probably defend you.
I have no idea what the hell that meant. All right, are you okay?
Okay. I thought maybe it's just me, but I'm thinking I don't even know who I'm on panel with. Hi guys.
Oh, Rod and John. John's a philosopher. Rod is
hello.
Hi. I'm sorry. I hope I mean no insult when I say I can't stand philosophy.
That's okay.
No,
I don't take it personally.
But John has a sexy accent, though. That's all that matters.
No, I don't. Really? I don't take it personally. You can be. People are interested in whatever they want to be interested in. That's the way it goes.
Like, I mean, I love and I thoroughly enjoy like talking about I don't know, just like life or politics or ideologies or whatever. I could do that for hours and just have my mind opened and present my own point of view. But here's what drives me nuts about philosophy is that it kind of makes itself up as it goes along. there's no like real.
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh
Oh
my,
my!
Oh,
there's no
Aaron, talk. You're so.
Look,
So
I know what you mean in terms of how it can be presented, and the problem that you've got is that you can have somebody who's got a little bit of philosophical training or a little bit of understanding talking to somebody who doesn't, and they can make an argument seem like it's well founded when it's not. In the same way as you get people who go like. So yeah, it's literally sophistry.
I've never even had a bad experience like that or a negative experience like that. Okay, so here's what because I've tried to like understand it and everything. Just understand the concept of philosophy, the fundamentals of it. Okay, like okay, when I was younger, the school I went to, okay, like when you went to the bathroom and you were at the sink washing your hands, there was a mirror up in front of you, and right behind you, directly behind you, there was a mirror. Okay, so if you just move to the side a little bit, it looked like just a never-ending, mirror of mirrors. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel
like a mirror where you can see your own ass.
No, see, here's the thing. I feel like philosophy, okay, is kind of like that, but I'm in a round room and there's mirrors all over all broken mirrors, like in every part of this round room, and everywhere I look, it's just concepts inside concepts inside concepts, and it's like it's never ending.
I get that. I used to think the same thing. I used to think that philosophy was so esoteric that it was like a bunch of people sitting around drinking scotch, smoking stogies, and comfy chairs, which it is, by the way. But when I realized that the foundations of philosophy were just basically things I already understood as far as like logic and reason, things started to make a lot more sense.
Right, but like okay, so premise. Okay, so I feel like when you're learning about philosophy, or even about just like the different ideologies that are known, like common in philosophy, it's like I said, it's ever changing. It's always evolving. It's always evolving, and it's like your concepts and your premises or whatever. It's like they're always expanding, and there's premises inside concepts and concepts inside premises, and it's like never ending. And there's like you never get to a point where like you feel like you finally understand something, because then here comes along someone who just fucking blows it all up on you. It's
kind of like what I did with my paper. I shat on the atheist world.
In philosophy, I just feel like you can't get ahead.
I get that, but it's so funny that at least with putting aside the philosophy, it's nice to just study logic, informal and deductive reasoning, because that can apply anywhere, right? You don't have to really get into the weeds of philosophy just to understand when somebody's making a bad logical argument, right? Whether it's an informal logical argument or a informal logical argument. When you listen to them and go, hey, look, I spot a problem with your either rules of inference, or I spot your problems with some kind of informal fallacy. That's power, because we see bad arguments all the time on the internet. We see bad arguments in politics all the time.
I think you're absolutely right, Steve, and just from the perspective of utility, I think logic, formal and informal, is. I mean, I would put that in under in sort of like a philosophical realm. Absolutely. To a point. Yes. But I would say those are the best tools to have. I mean, something that as soon as my children are old enough, I absolutely intend to teach them, because it's not something that I was taught at school, because schooling wasn't really built around it. But when somebody's trying to sell you something, when they're trying to put an argument to you, when they're trying to convince you that something is correct or incorrect, if you can condense their argument, honestly, steelman it as much as you possibly can into a set of logical, into a set of principles or premises, and then show the problem with it. Firstly, it'll allow you to better understand their argument. It will put it in a logical framework that allows you to critique it, to find fault in it.
I must interject in saying that is the most British possible way you could possibly present a statement.
And he's right, though.
And I'm okay with that.
when I was on Trinity Radio the other day, and Dr. Braxton Hunter was going over my paper, he actually related my paper in probably the best way I've ever heard anybody relate it. It was somebody who understood the paper, right? I mean, he related in a way where I went, "Holy shit! This dude not only read it, he got it. It was amazing, right?" And so he steelmanned it, right? He put the best version of my paper and my argument, and I'm like, shit, yeah, you're absolutely right. And then he's like, yeah, you know what? I can't refute it.
People are always like impressed when you can read a script or a teleprompter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is impressive. Yes.
But you think, Aaron, that
I've been a fucking stand-up comedian for 12 years. I know this shit.
Aaron, let me ask you.
Awesome! Dude, I am. I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you. I've been doing improv at our local creative arts theater.
Oh yeah, I only do improv. I never do rights.
Yeah.
I just fuck with the crowd. Anyone I can see in the lights.
Well, we at the theater we have open mic night on Wednesday nights for comedy, and I'm still working on it, but like
don't tempt me. I'm gonna show up there.
I would so go to an improv thing with Aaron. That would be so much fun. Oh my god,
dude! My favorite thing to do is just fuck with everyone until they start throwing things at me. Cool. Throwing the drinks at me and shit.
Get that a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Kawasa 5001 says maybe try Eastern philosophy, which I don't know much about. I'm strictly more Western contemporary analytical philosophy, and it's because there's so much in philosophy that you really can't really get into everything. I just
wait, what? Not there. Are you? It's like there's like geolocation now with
there's Eastern West. Like, Eastern philosophy would be more like I Ching and Mao Zedong,
or like Taoism
and Taoism and Jainism, and then it's less interested in epistemology, more worried about practical ethics, so much lighter to process. Yeah, because epistemology deals with more Western analytical philosophy rather than the Eastern, and so I don't get into any of that Eastern stuff at all. It's a whole different world to me. It's like it would be like I guess somebody who speaks English trying to read Chinese, you literally here, you couldn't do it. I just have a very difficult time with Eastern philosophy. But thank you, Kawasa. But let me ask you, Aaron. So do you think because I do a lot of stuff in like fallacies and explaining fallacies, that when you do a video with like nonsense, you're able to analyze it natively. You're just like a natural at pointing out some of the issues. You don't have to understand logic and philosophy to do that. But do you think that because you have that ability, I have that ability, that nonsense for some reason wants our attention because we just point out people that put out bullshit?
You know what? I think you might actually be onto something there, because like
I'm being dead serious. I really am.
No, I am too. No, I'm being dead serious too, because I do think that's something that some people find annoying in you, and I feel like no. Let me finish. And I feel like that's something at times in my real life people find annoying in me. I'm just like I'm not going to lose my shit. I'm going to stick to the facts of the matter. I'm going to be very, like mechanical or whatever.
Right, exactly.
When discussing something, I'm not going to sit there and just like get all emotionally invested or whatever. Just get mad. And I think that people find that annoying.
Mm-hmm. You seem all right. I don't know why anyone would find you annoying.
Oh no, I do.
Give her an hour.
It's one of those.
I'm a fucking dickhead. So like, I know annoying. Like I can judge it.
Dude, ever have that moment though when like if you're arguing with someone, like whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, or your friend or your mother or whatever, and you just know, you hear yourself and you're like, I'm pushing this too far. I'm being too fucking, rudimental or whatever. I'm rigid. I'm being an asshole, and I'm just fucking, I'm nitpicking, and I'm just hammering away at this one little fuck. I'm gonna die.
I never stop being an asshole, but that's my thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I lose my shit like that. Like, I just feel like I get too fixated on something, and I'm just gonna fucking gnaw it down until like it's just there's nothing left.
You and I do mostly logos though, and when you have somebody like nonsense who just she's not factual based, right? And so I think she puts more toward ethos or to pathos, and so her argumentation is more toward appealing toward emotions or toward character building, like she's some kind of messiah figure come to find all the evils of the internet, which I don't know.
What substance has she posted? Like
no
information.
I swear to you, I swear to you, dude. No
Like that's like the stuff that I look for mostly on podcasts where like people talk about like news.
All I've ever seen
Right,
from
here's
that
the
woman
thing. No,
is
when
talking about Molly Golightly. That's it.
when she first came on the scene, it was what, but last July, July 2022.
Yeah.
When she first came on, she did a few videos. They weren't live streams mostly. They were mostly like uploads, but she did show some receipts. But the thing is, though, is that these weren't things that she had or she obtained. These were things that she found like on Facebook and other pages, and then she put them on YouTube, basically.
What?
But even that,
Why did she spend this time on this shit? She could have been spending her time like finding her own content. There's all kinds of news and crazy shit going on the internet.
Because Rod, okay, here's what I is my view on it. Someone like Nonsense doesn't have the skill set to have original content.
No,
she's not funny. She's not entertaining. It's all she gets stuff from other people, and there's nothing to add to it whatsoever. And I swear to you, I have never listened to her channel from her. I've always seen it only from other people, like from Aaron. But everything that I've seen,
what do they even do it? Do they have a day job?
I have no idea.
No, I don't think she does. No, she doesn't. I don't get it.
There's no substance. No substance at all.
I think I sometimes wonder if I'm like one of the only people who fucking who do these live streams in this drama community or whatever who fucking work. I mean, I'm sure other people do or whatever, but they just don't stream as often. But like,
I don't want to do the drama stuff.
Hours every fucking day. I mean, like,
it just seems more like a recap of like people who are full of shit.
But Aaron,
where it's like make your own fucking living. Go work at Target or whatever.
Some content.
Aaron, I love making my own content on things that I enjoy. Right. Mm-hmm. When I do the Non Sequitur show, I do a philosophy video. I do it because I'm enjoying the content and I want to get my opinion out. When it comes to this drama shit, you know firsthand how little, if any, interest I have in it. It's pretty much nil. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't listen to it. I'm not around it. I don't give a shit about it. I let you do your thing and say, okay, I'll listen to you when you talk about it sometimes, but mostly I just listen to your entitlement videos. Veda goes and talks about it, but I don't give a shit about it. This is what kills me when I have people like Nonsense keep throwing my name into fucking arenas that have nothing to do with me. And I just don't understand why. I can't make it any clearer how little I give a flying fuck about the drama. I don't care.
Even when I'm like streaming about and talking about Nonsense, like I don't care about what's going on. I don't even care about her or whatever. It's just I'm amazed at the fucking behavior, and I just want to talk about that. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm just like, how the fuck? How are people like this?
Dude, I get why you do it. No, I'm not even remotely throwing shade your way.
No, I know you're not. No,
I get what you do.
No, you're good.
Look. I'm more
it wouldn't matter if you were. So it's fine if you were.
But here's the thing. More power to you. If you work all day and you want to get home and you want to fucking get on the internet and go, God damn, I don't know why the fuck Nonsense is bringing this up, and you want to talk about it, go ahead. But
sometimes I do.
And tonight I'm doing that, so I'm doing you tonight. And that's not sexual reference. Somebody's gonna take that the wrong way. That came out wrong. By the way, Aaron, should I tell you that I don't want to mention names, but I showed you the little funny thing the other day about somebody saying that we should have a three-way call and came out wrong?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm not gonna say who it was, it doesn't matter, but somebody was like, "Hey, Steve, you want to have a three-way with Aaron?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know if she would get that drunk, but we can ask her."
Wait, why would I have to be drunk?
I don't know. Every three-way I've ever had, it's just at least me.
I want to remember it. Why do it if you do?
Oh no, girl, you would want to forget. Trust me, you would want to forget. But we were talking about call, right? She's like, "You want to get in a three-way call with Sarah?" And I'm like, "But I'm like that. It was funny."
Steve, sorry, but I've got to go. Take to school and stuff.
Oh, we were just in a four-way. Now we're not.
And now we're in a five-way. Yeah, we got Brandon now.
Five-way. Oh, I just looked. Okay.
I'm just going to say,
hey, Len.
I don't understand what the reason for covering the content they cover is. It's some sort of like Dunning-Kruger-esque sort of craziness. It's the sort of thing that we probably look at them and just disappointedly and just go, that's not even wrong.
That's what it is. They get shit. So look, I've always gone to primary sources. If you want to know the facts, go to the fucking primary source. Aaron, who knows more about the primary source that happened with Katie Joy than I do? Who? Mm-hmm. Who? Nobody.
I'm gonna quick, but I'll catch you guys. Nice speaking to everybody, and
nice meeting you.
You're awesome. And John, by the way, before you leave, thank you very much for going over the Trinity Radio and showing a little support, and they really loved that. So that was great. Thank you.
It was a great discussion. I enjoyed it.
It was good. Thank you.
You like their suggestion of putting like a legend or something of terms?
Maybe.
I mean, it depends. I mean, it might make it look a little bit. It might make it look a bit funky in formal circles.
You want me to tell you something before you go? Dr. Pritchard actually found a word error in my paper before the episode, and I'd read it by Dr. Pi, and I think he's right. It's a minor error. I mean, it's just one word.
As long as it doesn't change the
no, of course not. No, everything's fine. It's just again one word, but it showed me that he actually read the paper and understood it sufficiently enough to recognize that when I used one word, it was not the correct choice of words. I should have used a different word. I used subcontrary versus subalternation, which again, unless you know the logic, you're never going to catch that. But I think it was an actual error that nobody has gotten so far because it's so embedded in there and it has nothing to do with the actual logic because you don't need to go through the logic. It makes sense, but still,
could read out.
It's something correct, yeah. But it's. I always said if you find an error, let me know, and he did. But he has a PhD, so.
Right, log it about. See you all.
Bye.
All right, bud. Thank you.
It'll.
All right. Rafi, you got to take off too. I guess so. Rafi, because like I said, I'm just chilling tonight. I'm having a beer and finding out what the hell nonsense is talking about. Because again, I'm probably not going to talk about this again for another couple months.
I just had a fucking killer night at work.
Did you?
Oh my god! I was supposed to get out like fucking 4 hours ago. Oh my god! Yeah, we there's been a movie shooting in Utica here. It's a movie being produced by Ben Stiller, and like I seen like little things online, like telling people what roads were going to be closed or whatever. That's whatever. I didn't give a shit. But then like all of a sudden at work, like this like big crowd of people come in and they all have like fucking Staten Island and Long Island accents and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, it turns out that the whole film crew wrapped up today, and that was kind of like
they wanted to drink. That was nice.
Yeah. So it was cool. But
yeah, the bar that
they tipped so well. So well.
The bar that I go to, we have what's called Stagecoach around here, where we have a lot of the big name country western artists come down. So a couple of years back, this bar that I used to go to for like I said, 30 fucking years. They had all the people go there after, like, so they had Lady Gaga, they had Nicole Kidman, Travis Tritt, and I just have no interest in them. So I don't go those nights where they're already packed. But yeah, they do the same thing. They wrap up the Stagecoach thing and they go to this bar that I used to go to. I still go there, but you still doing that statement? No, I actually have a Modelo now. I finished the Bush and Cano got me a Modelo beer. So my second beer. I'm like splurging tonight. Wow. Yeah, this is a Modelo. What's called Modelo a special. This is the most beer that I've had in like months. But whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna get shit from you, Steve, but I still like Bud Light. I don't care. I like
Bud Light, dude. I drink Bud Light on tap. I don't give a shit. I'm not interested. This whole fucking thing with the whole Bud Light drama. People have so lost the whole big picture with that. It's ridiculous. I just don't like Bud Light out of a can, but I'll drink it on tap. I don't give a shit. I didn't like that. Yeah. I just think they should have picked a better spokesperson. That's all.
There's this one guy I know was he came into work and he used to drink like Mick, I think it was Mick Ultra, and like that's a Anheuser-Busch product. So with all this shit going on,
80 calories, Michelob.
Yeah, they came in, he and his friends came in, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not drinking that. Nope, no more Anheuser-Busch." And I'm like, "Okay, so what would you like?" He goes, "What kind of White Claw do you have?" And I'm just like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!"
Oh God, no,
I'm like, White Claw. You realize that the stance you're making is causing you to drink a fucking White Claw.
Yeah, I've never had a White Claw. I don't know what they taste like, but I'm probably gonna assume they're not that great.
No, it's they're not. But it's just that it was fucking. I found it so funny how like it. I think he was.
Drink what you want. I don't give a shit.
Kind of like manly man or whatever. So no, I don't want none of that Bud Light shit. No, you know what I mean. And then he asked, "What kind of White Claw do you have?" And
yeah, like, that's fucking hilarious. No, I don't look when I go to my. Matter of fact, I used to drink Bud Light out of a bottle. Matter of fact, when I walked into the bar, sometimes the bartender would have a Bud Light waiting for me. Because you just open it when he sees he comes in, unless I have this scowl look, then it's be like, "You want a whiskey?" Yeah.
I was gonna say every fucking time I do that when a regular comes in and I grab the the drink.
They want a whiskey, right?
They come in, they're like, oh, I was gonna order something else. I'm like, yeah, of course you were.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'll drink it. I'll drink. It's only when my one friend works at the bar there that I've known for like, oh my god, forever. And because I usually do go in, I'll have a beer first, and then if I decide to change it up afterwards, I will. But if I go in, I've had a really shitty day, and I just will like, you know what? Just give me a scotch. Just give me a whiskey, whatever. But that's been years. I mean, I don't go out that much.
You be like, you want one bourbon, one shot,
one beer. It is a country western bar, but yeah, but this bar. Oh my god, this bar is dangerous as shit, man. People get fucking shot. This one customer got shot twice just recently, and it's just the area that we live in is not a great area, you know. But anyways, I'm not gonna wrap this up yet because I'm having fun. But Brandon, you want to add anything to this? Have you watched this nonsense?
I've seen a couple of things about it on Aaron's channel, but
that's the only reason I know about her is because of Aaron. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah,
damn you.
Just weird.
Seriously, Aaron,
nobody makes you watch, Steve. Nobody makes you fucking watch.
Look, if you were to talk about this person, I would have no idea who the hell they even are and why they'd even talk about me. Because the only reason I'm doing this is because you did a stream last night, Aaron, and you didn't even ask my permission. Oh.
Steve is everybody's favorite target. It seems like.
Please, Mr. Steve, can I do a stream on my own channel? No. Like that would never fly. No, I seriously, I really want to know this woman's freaking I don't want to get inside her head because I'd probably lose my mind. But I really want to understand why she thinks that I have some kind of weird relationship with like Aaron and Veda that just doesn't exist. Like I have any kind of control over what the fuck they do, or that I have some kind of weird army.
If you're watching her last night, I kind of wonder. I'm not sure she even realizes what she's saying half the time. I think her mouth just starts fucking going off like crazy, and she's trying to keep sounding relevant. She's trying to keep sounding like she's better than everyone else, and everyone.
But she never makes a point. She never makes a point.
What she's saying, I don't think. I don't know.
Look, we all can ramble. I get that, right? Every so often, you just lose your train of thought, and we've all been there. I mean, we talk a lot, but she never makes a fucking point. It's like, where the hell is she going with this? Even in your video that you were playing last night, she was talking about uni stuff from 2019, and I still don't understand what the fuck point she was trying to make, other than she was saying Uni Rock didn't show evidence, yet we had all the evidence. Anything she would have wanted about evidence as far as what Uni was talking about, you've had on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand what the hell point she was trying to make.
She was just trying to make herself relevant. I think she wanted to keep being relevant. She wanted to keep holding the people's attention. And the only way she feels like maybe she knows how to do that is by stepping on everyone else. Because like I described her one time, like when it comes to women, okay, women interacting with women or whatever, like it seems like we're always competing against each other. It's no matter how old we are.
There's a little bit of competition there. That's true. Yeah, I've seen that. It's catty, and I hate to say it, but you see,
here's the thing though. There's like two types of women when put in a situation like that. There's the one type of woman who will try to come out being the one that everyone notices by doing something themselves to make themselves be noticeable. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then there's the other kind of woman, which I think is where nonsense falls, where she doesn't try to do that. Instead, she tries to kick everyone else down a notch, so that then she will be noticeable,
right?
Because everyone else is knocked down. You know what I mean?
She doesn't try to promote herself to raise her level. She tries to lower, but it's down to hers.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. I've seen that, and again, I don't understand it because you at least have content that entertaining and funny. I try to put out content that people who like science and philosophy. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But what does she have? Like, literally, what is she puts out other than? Oh, Molly Golightly is a bad person. Oh, okay.
Her content is calling out the problematic creators with problematic behavior.
Okay. If we're problematic,
that's content.
What makes us problematic?
I don't know. I guess because we
it's
put
a
out,
fair question.
in her opinion, because this is an opinion. We're putting out things that she doesn't quite accept or agree with. That's bottom line. That's what it comes down to.
Well, according, she got supposedly CPS calls, and she says she blamed you and Veda.
I don't know.
I just found this out tonight. She blamed you and Veda for CPS calls.
I didn't know.
I was like, that's just idiotic, like beyond idiotic, you know. But yeah, I'd like to know what she was talking the other night about problematic YouTubers, and I'm like, she literally was endorsing two of the most problematic YouTubers in history, which would be Kitty Joy and Unirock. And for her to even think that someone like myself or you are problematic only shows to me that she's somehow either a paid disinformant for some reason, or she's just completely so fucking clueless and she just wants to troll. There's no other excuse. She's either a troll because she likes to, or she's still got a financial incentive. Because I dare to answer that question. What is it that I've been problematic on? I'm swear to God, I'm open. Feel free, Aaron. What the fuck have I or you have been problematic on? What?
I have no idea.
I have no idea fucking either. Not once.
Because we question her, because we don't just accept her bullshit. So therefore, we're problematic.
You question her because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about half the time. But I mean, she was trying to relate to me to be some kind of sexual predator. I'm like, okay, show me how, please. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing of that. She's just. I think what happens is people just kind of send her shit and she runs with it. Doesn't care about fact checking it. She doesn't care about her channel at all as far as like the validity of her channel. It's whatever's going to give her some views. So she'll run with anything she's ever heard of. And yet, it's so funny. Somebody mentioned Erica before. And I was telling people when Erica came around and we couldn't vet what she was saying, we were like, okay, look, we saw that you have a filing in the court system, but anybody can open up a filing. Anybody can upload anything. It's never been served. It's never been adjudicated. There's been nothing from the court at all. And therefore, I couldn't verify anything. And that's what I put out on Twitter. I couldn't verify there was an RO. And yet people like all of a sudden like, oh, they're all in bed with Erica. I have nothing fucking to do with the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, where does nonsense get these fucking ideas from unless they're being force fed to her? And she's either one, willfully buying into it, or two, she's just absolutely fucking naive. And I believe it's willful. I do. I could be wrong, but I do think she's willfully buying into it because she has some kind of agenda. I just don't know what her agenda is. I have no idea. It's not just Kitty Joy. Her agenda is more than Kitty Joy.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, she's like, paid off by Katie. I don't think that at all. I don't think they even get along. I just think
maybe not. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think they get along. I just think they have a certain things they align with, and that absolutely Katie Joy has like put my name out there. But there's the only reason why nonsense would ever talk about me or Ellie B is if Katie Joy wanted her to. Why else would she want to? What possible gain does she have by talking about two people she's never had any interaction with?
Yep. Yeah. It's I don't know.
Seriously, do you generally talk about people you've never had any interaction with? Now, obviously, with nonsense, you haven't had any interaction, but not the lack of trying. We're like, okay, we'll have a conversation. I through a mutual friend of ours, I'm like, nonsense wants to fucking have. Nunya wants to have a conversation. I'll talk to Nunya.
Well, see, that's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I do think that we've had interaction because, like, it may not be direct. It may not be direct interaction, but like, anytime she talks about me or I talk about her, I mean, it's in a sense we are kind of interacting. You know,
but I have one video with her about her on my GDC channel from months ago, and this is the only time I've ever talked about her. Mm-hmm. What the hell do I talk about nonsense?
Yeah, no, I don't understand. I don't understand why she feels like it's of her interest to talk about things that happened in 2019 and then to bring it back to life and then to give commentary on it. Like, out of all the things she could have came at you for
That's
or
right.
tried
That's
to
what
come
I'm
at you
wondering.
for,
You're right.
why is she going back to 2019?
There's I mean, seriously, there's much later shit that people came up with that was
Right.
bullshit. But if you want to come after me, that's not the way to do it. Go after some of the later shit that people came up with. It was much more creative. I mean, shit, they were trying to get fucking Chris Hansen to quote investigate me on some bullshit. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go after that. Go after they're trying to get Frank Perlato Jr. to investigate me, who broke up with the Nixium sex scandal. But unfortunately for Unirock, Frank actually liked my content, and he actually became a co-host on the show for one episode. That's funny, actually. I mean, think about that. They actually went to Frank Perlato Jr., who broke open the Nixium sex scandal, and they wanted him to investigate me as a sex cult leader because AZ and Unirock have promoted that. Oh, Steve's a sex cult leader. And yet when Frank Perlato Jr. watched my videos, he's like, damn, this is some actually good content. And proof is in the pudding. He literally is on as a co-host on the episode on Non Sequitur Show about sex trafficking with Jim Jules. So it kind of like backfired on them immensely, you know. But go after that shit. I mean, like, come on. There's more than what happened in 2019, which again, I don't care, but it affects somebody that I do care about, and that's what bothers me. Because the person that is the innocent in all this didn't deserve anything that Unirock did to them. It didn't deserve what Kitty Joy did to them, and I will never forgive them for what they did to that poor woman.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're not mentioning any names. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
I know. Yeah.
And I respected the hell out of her, and I was damned if I was ever going to do anything to hurt her. And she had asked, people to stop talking about it, and I'm going to respect that. That's why we're not getting into any details. But of course, Nonsense isn't going to understand that. Right? She has no idea the history that went down, and it's none of her fucking business, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and why is any of this her business? Like, why is
none of it?
Why is she being the one who's qualified or given authority to discuss, demand, and dictate accountability on fucking YouTube? Like, and why is it that the
It's
people
bizarre.
Who cry and scream and bitch for accountability the loudest are the ones who will never ever accept it themselves?
Correct. Yeah, and KCG was talking about to address nonsense as misinformation. I think it has to do with the connection between Stephen L. Look, the only people that know about the connection with Stephen L. is Stephen L.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Look, there are other people that have weighed in. LB and I have long since kind of mended our fences, and we're going to keep it that way. And nonsense bringing up old drama is not going to interfere with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think that she's fully understanding that the drama that she's bringing up is only going to hurt people that are absolute innocents in this, And so, if anybody wants to know about the connection about Stephen and LB, they can go back and read about it. But LB and I get along just fine right now. And so I'm not going to talk shit about her. Is that what they want? They think that all of a sudden LB and I why would we do that?
No, I mean, well, sure, I'm sure that they'd love to see that, but I mean, I don't think that that's what they're expecting or thinking that they can create or whatever. I don't know
why they go after L then.
I just say I think L because I think that Katie just wants to try to fucking erase all the shit in her past. And
she can't.
I know she can't. But But think about it though. She's been trying to do it for years. I mean, remember her GoFundMe? The very last line of that thing was something like, "I just want all the negative things said about me removed from the internet."
Yes, that she actually put that. She actually put that in her court documents and in her GoFundMe, which she already had. The temporary. She's like, "Oh, this person who's harassing me is wanting to go have his day in court." Yeah, because the bitch lied about me. Of course, I wanted my day in court. And she didn't. Here's the weirdest thing: she was screwing a GoFundMe for $10,000 of something she already had a fixed retainer for. She didn't need that fucking money. That was all a scam.
Mm-hmm.
And L dropped a 2-hour video to address it. I didn't see it. What's an LB? Yeah, LEB. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know why she's going after her. It just seems bizarre to me that she's dragging up all this shit. Because I mean, LEB's got a following now, and I think maybe Katie Joy's kind of scared that if this shit, here's the thing. Look, why is she dragging this up, knowing that she got shat on, knowing that everything that came out proved beyond any doubt that Katie Joy was lying? Why does she even want to revisit that? Why does she just like let it go? Why would she just like try to bury it rather than bring it to the forefront again? That's what I don't understand. We all have the evidence she lied. Everybody knows she lied. This is like unequivocal. Why would she just like not let it be buried? Because I'm okay talking about it. I know she lied. I have all the evidence she lied. I'll talk about it on blue in the face because she's a liar. But what benefit does this have to Katie?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's just weird. So I'm saying I don't think Nonsense and Katie get along too well, because I can't imagine Katie going to Nonsense and going, "Hey, I want you to go after LEB and Steve." To me, it would be like, "Oh no, I want their names forgotten." Because I mean, even Ellie has a lot of dirt on Katie. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed. Katie did some shady shit with Elle. So. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just want to do a stream tonight. I was just like chilling, and I was like, after your stream last night, I was like, I want to know what the hell Nonsense is talking about me for. Obviously, I'm not going to find out, and I'm not going to care. So she's going to talk about me. You'll do videos on it, I guess. But should I give a shit?
I don't know. Honestly, I think the only person really who should be concerned about Nonsense and what she's talking about is Navy Text. Because it sounds like she's kind of got the hots for him.
There is some weird shit there. And look, straight up,
right?
Here's a fun fact. Navy Tex is Unirug's little bitch. He's the flying monkey that always, whenever there's a dispute, it's like, oh, talk to Navy. Uni doesn't do his own dirty work. He has other people do it for him. Navy is his dirty work dude. And Nonsense is praising him like he's some kind of wonderful messiah. No. Navy Tex is legit fucking the dirtiest fucking of them all, because he's the one that does the dirty work for Uni. And we all know this. So does she has like this weird thing for him or something? It's I'm not judging, but it was creepy. It was creepy the way she was talking about Navy. She didn't want to piss him off. And well, no, I'm going to keep my hypothesis to myself here. I got to think about this, because there's some weird shit with that. Because I don't know them well enough, but
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna sit back and just see how things unfold over the next, I don't know, few days or a week or so. I mean, I'm gonna make some content and shit like that. Don't get me wrong, but like,
April said it created more questions than it answered. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know if it's fabricated or not. I really don't care, as Aaron pointed out. It makes no difference, really.
It just makes them look like idiots if it is. Whatever.
And but here's a fun fact. Nonsense has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. She never has. She doesn't know me from a hill of beans. Everything she's ever thought she's heard about me is complete bullshit. And I'm not around enough to defend myself because I don't care. I'm doing my own thing. And I'm enjoying it. And I've told you, I mean, you know, of all people, you talk to me. I'm sincerely doing well, and I'm happy.
Yeah, but
so why do I keep getting dragged into this bullshit, man?
Because I don't know, maybe they just need to fucking put someone down every fucking day so they can just feel like they
But they can do that to you and Veda. They don't need me. You guys enjoy that.
Well, fuck you.
Put me down.
I
you guys respond to it. No, I know, but you respond to it, right? I don't. Like, I don't think Nonsense would ever think that I was going to do a video on this, because I don't respond to this stuff normally, right? The last time I responded to Nonsense was actually after she said, "Hey, Steve, if you listen to this, reach out to me." And I'm like, "Okay," I did, and she said, "No, I don't want to talk to you." I'm like, "Holy shit! What the fuck happened in 24 hours where you said, 'Hey, reach out to me,' and then 24 hours later is, 'Oh, I don't want to talk to you'?" That's bullshit. That's dishonest. So I knew then that something was wrong with that woman, right? If you tell somebody to reach out to you, and then 24 hours later after they do, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you," yeah, you're not an honest agent, you know. But I haven't told Veda I would talk to Nunya. I don't know anything about that woman. Veda's like, she's dishonest. I'm like, well, I kind of figured that, but I have nothing to hide. If Nunya wants to fucking have a conversation with me, she's more than welcome to. I've never talked to her before. It probably wouldn't go very well, but I mean, why would I not want to have a conversation with her if she asked me to? I'd be like, okay, sure. But she's not going to do it because I don't think she gives a shit.
No, I don't think she's got the fucking courage or the backbone.
I don't think she does either.
Confidence. She doesn't have the confidence to do it. Because she knows that she's full of shit. I think she knows that. I think that she feels like even whether or not she is full of shit, it doesn't matter. But that she can't hang.
Nunya, if you ever listen to this or anybody gets the message to Nunya, look, I'm relatively harmless. Okay, I only verbally attack people that are absolutely moronic in their arguments, and I will attack their arguments from a philosophical point of view. But if you really want to know the facts about like Katie Joy or what happened years ago, I have it all, like in black and white. There's not even a matter of subjectivity. This is objective facts in evidence that I have. But I don't think she's going to take me up on that because I think she's scared to death. And I have no idea. The only reason why she'd be scared to death of me is that she knows she's just enabling nonsense, and she doesn't want to have to like recognize that she's enabling somebody who's just as bad as Union Rock.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Because I don't see any difference between nonsense and Uni. I really don't. They both put out content just for the sake of shitting on people, just to have hours of long content that say absolutely fucking nothing. And yet you have all the evidence. I have the evidence. Veda has evidence, but they never fucking want to talk to any of us. They just shit on us like, oh, they're evil people. Okay, what makes me evil? What have I done to be evil? What have I done to even deserve any kind of vitriol? If you think you have a case, tell me. Because I guarantee it, you'll be wrong. I absolutely will give you my word, Nunya. If you come to me and you ask me fairly questions, I will answer them 100% fairly. And have I not made that promise to other people?
Mm-hmm.
And have I not lived up to that?
I think so.
That's what I'm known for. But I here's the thing: she won't do it. But here we go. We'll see. I really want to know why Nunya sticks up for nonsense. I really, honest to God, do, and why that they keep bringing our names up. I will have a civil conversation with Nunya, going, "What the fuck is about Aaron and I and Veda that they just, for some reason, think we're fucking horrible fucking people?" And it's not because I give a shit about what they think. It's more, I'm just kind of curious.
I hear you. I am going to step down though, because now being home from work and relaxing for a few minutes, the tiredness is starting to just really.
Oh no, I get it, man. Dude, I didn't expect to stream tonight. It was.
I'm off over the next few days. I'm off over the next few days.
Okay, so tomorrow I close. I normally am off Wednesdays, but unfortunately I volunteer like the idiot I am to put in a few hours to help out because they're shorthanded. So I might go in for a few hours Wednesday, but I'm off Wednesday day. I'm off Thursday night. I'm off Friday. So maybe we need a fun stream, man. This is not fun. I don't want to talk about nonsense.
We do. Well, I mean, we'll come up with something.
Trivia. I want trivia night.
Okay. And what?
I don't know. Remember those Jeopardy boards they used to do? Those were fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make it about philosophy and math. All right. Good night, Aaron.
I was going to say, I wonder if I could get more tired than I am now. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome, Aaron. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching this 3 hour long marathon of very little content. But this is just us having fun. But in all seriousness, and by the way, I've only had 2 beers and I'm buzzed. This is what I'm saying. I'm a lightweight. I don't drink that much. But I do want you guys to know that I am dead serious when it comes to people using my name and not even bothering to talk to me. Nonsense has never want to talk to me. That to me is discouraging. I understand why Unirock and Katie Joy and them idiots, they can talk about me to a blue in their face. Who the fuck cares? But you got people like Nunya and Nonsense talking about me, and I'm like, I don't even know you people. You're not even in my sphere of influence. Why are you mentioning my name? That's all I'm curious about. Yeah, this is basically a rum and coke night without the rum and coke. It's beer. So I kind of miss these, don't you, Kima Maki? You know, and again, it's worse now because again, I don't drink. So when I have 2 beers, this is about as sloshed as I get. And I literally just had 2 beers. I'm not even joking. So yeah, this is kind of an impromptu rum and coke night. More beer and wine. Yeah, exactly. Beer and wine night. That's even better. We'll leave it at that. So this was my beer and wine. My love letter to nonsense on the web 2.0. Talk about me. Don't talk about me. I really don't care. Nonsense. I just don't. But I'm just kind of curious why. And then Aaron and Veda can address if you ever address this. But I probably won't. I just don't care enough. That's all. So, anyways, I'm going to bed. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the mods that came by. Appreciate it. And yeah, I missed the room note. You know what? I do as well. I think that maybe Friday night I might be able to do a rum and coke night. I know my roommates Kano's been bugging me for rum and coke night, and I do miss them. So, but if we do a rum and coke night, we got to do a lot earlier. So maybe I'll do a rum and coke night Friday, 6 Pacific, maybe, which is about 9 Eastern. If you guys want to do a rum and coke night on Friday, leave a message in the comment section, okay? And also, if you guys can figure out what the fuck nonsense wants with me, leave a message in the comment section because I have no idea what the hell this chick's talking about me. I just don't. I don't know. So with that, guys, good night. I'm going to go to bed. Peace.